the stars shine bright through the engine's trail, and the dust of another world drifts behind. When my ship is free of the open sky, it's a damn good day to my way of mind. There's a barren planet you never can leave. There's a rocky valley where we lost a war. There's a cross once hung around a soldier's neck. There's a man's fate died on Serenity's floor. But I stood my ground and I'll fly once more. It's the last oath that I ever swore. So take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Take me out into the black. Tell 'em I ain't coming back. Burn the land and boil the sea. You can't take the sky from me. You can't take the sky from me. Now when you see a man and he's standing alone, well, you might just take him for an easy mark. And there's many a man has tried his hand, and there's worse than wolves in the borderland dark. From the savage men to the government hounds, try to take what's yours and tear you through. How but them that run with me's got my back. It's a fool don't know that his family's his crew. Don't you tell me what I cannot do. Don't you think I've got to run from you? Just take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Take me out into the black. Tell 'em I ain't coming back. Burn the land and boil the sea. You can't take the sky from me. You can't take the sky from me. When you've walked my road and you see what I've seen, well, you won't go talking about righteous man. You know damn well why I want to keep to my sky. Never cry neath nobody's heel again. I've seen torment raped across innocent souls, seen sane men mad and good men die. I've been hounded, hated, married and tricked. I've been tortured, cheated, shot and tied. You won't see no tears when I say goodbye. I still got my family and the firefly. So take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Take me out into the black. Tell 'em I ain't coming back. Burn the land and boil the sea. You can't take the sky from me. You can't take the sky from me.
Okay, what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna sit 10K off a target, we're gonna blap it really quick, and then we're gonna warp to the run spot. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Outstanding. Okay, stand by.
So here guys, here's the deal. They got their prophecy fleet up, and then Razor also has an oracle fleet. So we should have some interesting stuff about to happen.
So it's going to be like this. We're going to portal through, and at the same time, the triage carriers are going to jump. Just the triage carriers at first. Everyone clear?
Let me see. Oh crap! I think Will we able to take on Guardians?
Yeah, they got 4 Guardians. I don't think we should do this.
We can do this.
Don't worry about that.
Now we're gonna play some fun games.
My heart's racing.
Relax. All wings align. Primary is the Dominix in 5, 4, 3, 2. Decloak, decloak, decloak. Torpedoes on the Dominix. Dominix, Dominix.
Orbit on me, micro warp drives on. We're moving.
Secondaries, Vipers, in the Omen.
He's in structure. Take him down.
Dude, that revelation out now.
All units on the ramp.
Run out towards that jump now.
All damps on the damnation. All damps on the damnation. Scepter, stay here and tackle prophecies. This is where we fight.
Alright. So I'm carrying 100 times more than my ship is worth. There were some pirates chasing me. There's one guy chasing me through like 5 different systems. Alright, I need to get the fuck out of this system.
This little rock right here is worth about 166 million ISK. For some people this might not be a big deal, but for me, it's huge.
Seller 4.2, pretty nice. Gonna produce 4 of them, 2 days, 19 hours, 11 minutes, 44 seconds. We can expect to make 8 to 10 million around there.
51 out of 56 grid? Okay, good. And we've got 5 modules to fit in here. The ship speed is actually pretty good. It can hit 4K a second. We're gonna hurt that now by adding on some armor buffer.
Up, success. Yeah. Thanks, dude.
Yay, Soccer's so much fun.
Oh, yeah, such fun. It's almost done now. Like, less than a week. Oh, look. Okay,
Whoa.
good.
Oh.
Wow. That is mixing kings right there.
Algogille silos down, Algogille silos down. Go, 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 silos down. Portal, portal, primary.
Data's green, data's green. Cyber skills to long range ULAS BSC. Hammer guts idle and green, come on.
Oh shit, how do I warp to something? E-War Jones, all E-War Jones on Scott. Where are you decloaking?
Hot, so will be the secondary. Oh my god, that's a titan!
Do not engage.
Let's go, get those fucking bombs out, Raker, fire, Golger, stand by! Come on, boys! Come on, come on, come on, yeah! Yes,
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Buddhist Gamer channel. And thank you so much, C. Benja, for being here this morning. I hope you're still here. This morning, I do a lot of work on social media. I produce a lot of content in a lot of different places. I do encourage everybody to follow all the social media accounts that are in the About page of the Twitch channel. But in any case, I do produce daily content on a bunch of different channels, not just Twitch. And so I was going through my X feed this morning, and this one came out from Eve Online account. And so it really is right up my alley. Those who know me, who know my game style going back, almost 15 years of streaming and whatnot, know that this is all me. I've always been very, very jealous, almost, I guess, of the Katya Say adventure. I was around near the end of her/his odyssey through New Eden. Essentially, what Katya Say did. Katya Say was a player, and I say she because the avatar was female, I believe, but I believe the player was a male. But in any case, Katya visited every single star system in New Eden, which is over 9,000. It's like a lot of star systems, okay? And it took Katya years and years to do this. And I believe, if I'm correct, she managed to do it without ever getting destroyed, without ever getting killed. But in any case, they put a statue up to her in the game, which is not unusual in the sense that other there are other monuments to player achievements in EVE Online. In fact, there's just an absolute shit ton of official EVE Online landmarks. And so EVE put out this tweet this morning, and it said Cradle of War expansion, which was my first expansion back, and I'm still like doing some of the content. Introduced achievements and titles. I think I have one title, like Wayfarer or something like that. Um, and one of our favorites is the Historic Wanderer achievement. It's pretty simple. You visit 20 landmark systems across New Eden, and you'll unlock the Sightseer title. If you're looking for inspiration, there's no better place to start than Say So, where the famous Katya Say uh, got got their start. That's the system where Katya started the adventure and ended the adventure, and so that's where they put her statue. Um, we're going to take a look at which one we're going to visit. Katya statue may be on the list. It may not. We'll see. I've consulted AI, and I've compiled a bunch of research. I definitely want to visit all of the landmarks that are in my home system of Luminaire. We're going to start there because I love Luminaire. I mean, I just love living here, and we have, I think, if I believe, we're going to consult the list, but several historic landmarks right in my system. And I love each and every one of them, and they're all part of the reason I call Luminaire system home. So we'll start with those. And we're going to do it very systematic. I'm going to list each one we visit in the order we visit. We're going to take time to get some really, really nice, high quality screenshots, which I will later compile into a slideshow when I finally get the title. I believe it'll probably take several streams. I don't think this is going to happen. You have to do 20 of them, and I don't think we'll be able to do 20 in a single stream. Maybe 2 or 3 streams, but we'll get it done. We're going to keep persevering on the live stream until we finish it, and I get the achievement award. Um, so it's going to be interesting, and we're going to document it as we go, and also hopefully these streams, these next few streams where we do this quest, will be an inspiration, I think, to especially new players coming into Eve to see that there is so much more to this game than you can possibly fathom when you first begin playing it. And so much fun to be had, and so many just truly beautiful things. Hi, Comex Eve. I think you're gonna love these next few streams. We're gonna really concentrate on this. I encourage you guys to do clips out of it. I'm gonna try to at least capture screenshots, and I'm gonna keep a list of the 20 that I visit. Um, and then um, and then we'll have a nice slideshow to look at too as well. And anybody who wants to fly with me to do this quest is welcome to come out here to Luminaire. We can even fleet up if you care to. That I could use to practice. Definitely, I haven't FC'd in a long time. So, but in any case, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be part of the stream for a minute until I finish it. I appreciate Eve Online putting this tweet out this morning. To be honest with you, I'm glad that I follow them so that I can. This is how I can, really. I mean, this is a fulfillment kind of a dream of mine, really, to do a show, a series of shows like this, and this really just sets it out for me. It lays out for me how, not only how I can get the content and the personal experience. As a pilot, I think this is going to be an amazing experience for me as an EVE Online player too. So, and I've visited a lot of these places. I'm known for going to places like this on my streams. So, this is just going to be like a heavy kind of dose of it all in one sort of shot. Well, and so Comexy, what I've done is I've consulted AI, I've consulted Grok with a very specific prompt because there's hundreds of them, and I'm not going to visit them all. I'm going to visit the 20 I need, and so I'm going to prioritize the ones that I definitely want to be in that list. Um, and so what we're going to start with this morning is exactly what I just said. We're going to start in Luminaire. because I moved to Luminaire because of, in a big part, because of the historic landmarks that are in Luminaire. There's more than the average star system has in Luminaire. We're in our own right, sort of famous star system for a lot of different things, and we're going to take a look at that, and then we're going to expand outward from there. I think Cartier has definitely got to be on the list at some point, and but for now, I'm going to follow the research I've been doing, and I want to hit a bunch of them also that are in Galente space. I'm a very proud um, member, if you will, of the Galente Federation. So we're going to definitely concentrate a lot on stuff that's in Galente space because I think they got some cool ones. But and then there's at least one that I think I might be on. I hope we can find it. But I might be on one of the Grand Prix memorials. I'm not sure. I tried really hard that year in the Grand Prix race to get on, and I'm not sure if I made it or not. But we might take a look at that one as well. That's at the finish line, I think. We're at the starting line here in Luminaire. We have the starting line complex of the Grand Prix race. Something that I'm also very, very familiar with and also in love with. It's one of the big things in Eve that I love to do is the Grand Prix race. I really, I haven't seen it this year. I don't know if they're gonna hold it or not. Maybe in the fall, we'll see. I'm ever hopeful. But in any case, we'll make sure that the starting line is still there, and as long as the starting line is still there, there's always a chance that they'll do another Grand Prix at some point. You could bet if and when you do see that content come up on the news of Eve, the Grand Prix race, you can believe that the stream will drop everything and it will be all about that until it's over. I have special implants, special clones. I have ships built for that, for this. And I have strategies from years past of being in the race, that I want to hone, and I just, I'm not gonna be in the top 10 on the leaderboard, but if I can get on the leaderboard anywhere, I think it's like a 500 deep leaderboard or something like that. It's a pretty deep leaderboard. If I can even get my name anywhere on there, I'll be so happy. To be honest with you, the New Eden Grand Prix is so difficult of a race that even finishing it really is, and I think you get like some sort of a title or an achievement or something, even for just even finishing the race, for going to all the tag points in the race. So the Grand Prix is definitely, to my mind, one of the neatest, coolest pieces of developer created content in Eve, and you can believe I'll be dropping everything, and it's no coincidence that it starts in Luminaire, and then the big player created content of the year for me is the snowball fight, which is also located traditionally located in Luminaire. So I mean, Luminaire's just the place to be, guys. I'm sorry, I love my home. But so that's where we'll start. It's going to be a long afternoon and evening. It's 11 a.m. here, and I'm going to stream until I run out of electricity. I'm going to put the generator on, make some more, and come back on for another long stream. I'm just going to basically stream as much as I can today, and to get this started. Like I said, we're going to be meticulous about it. We're going to take a list. I'm going to write down the place we go to. Then I'm going to bring down the UI and take some really nice high-def EVE Online screenshots. And then we'll move on to the next landmark. But I want to document it, and then anybody who wants to clip it or whatever, feel free. I don't know how much video I'll be able to get of it. It's really hard to download these large Twitch streams and work with them, but I'll do my best to try to get some video to go along with it, especially if anything cool, that's just a really wow moment. I suppose we'll just have to try to somehow come up with a way to get video of it. I'm working with minimal equipment, guys. A single medium level gaming laptop and all the hope and prayers in the world. So, all right, my friends, we are ready to begin the adventure, the quest of the landmarks. That's what we're calling it. And so everybody's pretty much up to steam. The first one that I have picked out, guys, is the Luminaire Graveyard. It's the battle remnants from the YC110 Caldari invasion into Galente space. So, I'll just read the Wikipedia. It doesn't really go into much more detail than the list, but it says here the Luminaire Graveyard on June 10th, YC110 Caldari military forces jumped from Luminaire to Algogille, starting the invasion of Galente space. So they must have got ambushed before they even jumped to Algogille. I mean, I don't know what more to make out of that. Because it says this is where they jumped from to start the invasion of Galente space. Maybe they retreated here and got crushed. I don't know. There's no more info really in the Wikipedia. So, yeah, so let's go there. And this is in my home system. This is in Luminaire. So, let's just undock and see if we can find it. It should show up in the overview. And this is stop number 1, guys. We've got to do 20 of them so I can get the title. Alright, let's see if we can find this thing. Alright, yeah, so it's listed in the overview as a ship graveyard, so let's go over there. Go see what we can see, boys, gals. Alright, we're here. We're at the Luminaire ship graveyard. So let's take a look around. There's a lot around us, a lot of like debris and stuff, but we're gonna go right up to it and explore it though. Let's pick one of these dots over here. Let's go check this wrecked frigate out. Exclamation point ticket, get into the raffle. We're at stop number 1 of our landmark quest to visit 20 official historic landmarks in New Eden. And we have started at the Luminaire ship graveyards, which it doesn't say much about, really, just that it is sort of it demarks, I guess, the place where the invasion started, but I don't understand how that worked unless they retreated back here and then got destroyed. Whoa! I ran into that wreck, guys. That's okay. We get a nice shot close to it anyway. Let me see, what are the... Control F9. There we go. It's a good shot. That's kind of trippy. So that's a wrecked frigate in the graveyard, guys. Alright, that's cool. We got it. Alright, well, I mean, it's wrecked ships, right? We can go, I wonder if there's anything else. And maybe there's like some sort of memorial or monument. Let's look around. I'll bring back the HUD. Wrecked cruiser, space shuttle wreck, lots and lots of wrecks. Celestial beacon, and there's cops here. Oh, not nearby though. Alright, let's go to the celestial beacon. Let's see if there's like anything written on it. Well, this first one, not a lot to see, right? I mean, a wreck is a wreck. Well, you've seen one, you've kind of seen them all, right? I suppose. Alright, so there's not much at the beacon. So it's a shitload of wrecked ships. I want to see the space shuttle wreck, see what that's about. That's an odd term for them to use in the game, so let's go check out the space shuttle just to make sure we're not missing nothing. It's kind of mysterious. Is it an actual space shuttle? Like one of our shuttles, like Earth shuttle? That's weird. It's weird that you can't see it much more clearly than that either. There's something in there though. I mean, I suppose it looks like it could have been a space shuttle at one point, like one of ours, but I don't know, I don't think so. That's interesting though. Let's get the info on it. The mangled wreck floats motionless in space, surrounded with a field of scorched debris. Alright, well, I think we did it, guys. I think I want to get a picture next to the shuttle here, so I'm going to creep up on it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make a bad shot. Is it controller guy? Yeah. Alright. Alright. We came, we saw. It's a bunch of wrecked ships. Thousands and thousands of them. I guess the most interesting one is this space shuttle. It's all kind of covered in fog. It's got very strange, like unrecognizable parts, and I've never heard the term space shuttle in the game anywhere to refer to a ship. So that's what I think. That's probably the most interesting thing I see here. All right, let's see what's number 2. Let's bring back the HUD. So, guys, number 2 on the list is going to be the Caldari Monument. The Caldari Monument, related to the same conflict Caldari presence. So maybe it's some sort of a war monument or something to that war, that conflict. Alright, let's go check it out anyway. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. Alright, we're off, guys, to the Caldari Monument. Here, once again, we're still in Luminaire. Still in that system. This is my home system, so we're going to check out all the ones that are here before we expand our quest. And it looks like more wrecked ships to me. A big one though. I wonder what the hell that is. Caldari Monument Station Ruins. Oh well, let's go over there and take a look at that. This seems to be the game. Caldari Monument Station Ruins. That's what we're heading to now. And then there's a couple other things here. Caldari Monument, which is the ruined monument. And then the beacon, which we don't really need to see. pretty big station. I wonder if you can dock in it. Can you? No, probably not. No. Wouldn't that be fun? What would be really fun to expand this game is if you could dock in it and then walk around inside of it, find stuff. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be the rat's ass there, huh? Here it is. Wow, it literally says nothing, guys. It's just the Caldari Monument. I mean, it literally. I mean, they're in vanquished space, right? They lost, so I guess but it doesn't say much. Literally nothing in the Eve wiki at all. Just it says its location is in Luminaire. Period. So unless we find something, yeah, I'm gonna do the show info. That's my next step. How close am I getting? Getting pretty. That's a big station, guys. We're still 90 clicks out, and it looks huge already. All right, let's see the info. Show info. Ruins. One word. See, they've been wiped from history here. This is Galente space, right? So now there is a player-owned. I don't think it's gonna count on the list, but we can go check it. There's an Astra House that claims it's a Caldari monument too. But I'm pretty sure it's a regular Astra House. I think it's player owned. I don't know how that fits into the lore at all around here. But I have a feeling like, this is space that they lost, so they're not getting their fair shake, if you would, on the info end of things, because that's very brutally short. Ruins. That's it. That's your info. Getting close though. I want to see how close I can get a really good screenshot up against this place, and then we'll move on. So once again, if you're just joining us, this is our attempt to visit our landmark quest. We're calling it our attempt to visit 20 official landmarks in EVE Online. Maybe a couple unofficial ones, because I think we will go check out the Astra House right after this, because it somehow I think plays into the lore. Even though it's player owned, it won't count. So I don't think it'll count anyway. That is a big station, guys. We're still 43 clicks above it, and I'm just going down for the screenshot, guys. Get a nice screenshot of us down there checking it out. I hope there's nothing extra you have to do, like lock on these things or anything like that, because all I'm doing is visiting them and getting pictures. So hopefully that's enough to win the achievement award. I'll be super disappointed if I get done with 20 of them and I don't get the award. So, wow, it's huge, guys. It's a big ass station. It's old schooly too, right? I mean, this is like supposed to be ancient, I guess, right? Back to YC110. But let's get pretty close. We're 20 kilometers now away. When should we stop? 15? Let's turn the engines off at 15, see what happens. Wow. Alright, there we are, guys. Let's get our pictures. Alrighty. I'm feeling like we did that one. This, like I said, is pretty brutally short one to do, so I want to go over to the Astra House now, because I've always wondered about this place and I don't really understand it. This is not going to be, I don't believe it's one of the official ones, but I think that somehow it must play into the lore, even though it's player owned. Maybe Comex Eve can tell us a little bit more about what's going on here, but I've always wondered about this station in our system and how it plays into things. but it seems to be part of the same lore. And it's strange that it's like you don't see too many player-created memorials. But unless I'm wrong, it is 100% player-created. It's a regular Astra house. It's got tether. It doesn't have any industry or anything turned on, but you can rent an office in it. It's just a normal Astra house, as far as I can tell. Let's look at the info. Description. Yeah, see, they haven't even changed it from the basic description of an Astra house. But they're calling it the Battle of Caldari Prime Memorial Fleet Coordination Commission. And this Astra house has been fielded by the Fleet Coordination Commission. That's the name of the corporation. But they're a regular corporation. This is all player created here. But it doesn't give huh. They don't have a war history. They're just, I guess, Caldari patriots. I don't know what to say. Trying to put this Astra house out in Galente space, and it just doesn't get war decked. I mean, most memorials that are true memorials and that have somehow worked their way into the lore, even if they're player, won't get war decked. It's not a universal rule. I saw a lot of, in the Great Wars over in Nullsec, I've seen a lot of great memorials get destroyed. One-of-a-kind stations that didn't exist anymore. The kind of station it was didn't even exist anymore in the game. Like, so yeah. But this one seems to persist. And it somehow is part, I'm sure of it, is part of the lore of this invasion that Caldari supposedly did into Galente space. Alright, let's see what number 3 is on the list, guys. This isn't a beacon type of thing, it's just an Astra house. Like I said, I was just trying to figure out the whole... Obviously, a big battle went on here, right, between Caldari and Galente. Because you've got literally 3 memorials in a sense. You've got the ship graveyard, you've got this, and it says it's part of the same battle is the other memorial, the one we just went to, and then there's this player fielded memorial as well here, Caldari Memorial. So clearly something huge went down here, but the Eve Wikipedia is not being terribly forthcoming with the lore on this. But that's what it looks like. So I mean, this Astra house here is not part of the thing, guys. Okay, so the next one, guys, it's still, again, we're still in Luminaire, is the Operation Highlander Battleground, the site of the YC110 destruction of the Caldari Leviathan. So, like, isn't a Leviathan a Titan? I think this is going to be a big wreck. This is, again, a different kind of time period. It's about 5 years later, but this is definitely still about this Caldari conflict. Let's see if this opens up anything at the Eve Wikipedia. Oh, it at least gives like a short paragraph. Okay, Operation Highlander Battleground. During the Caldari Galente unrest, I would probably say it's an uprising, but usually when unrest kind of always politically translates into uprising. So during the Caldari Galente unrest of YC110, the Titan, so it is a Titan, the Titan Chingaro was destroyed in low orbit of Caldari Prime. The destruction of a Titan-class vessel crashing on the surface is visible even to this day. Well, this is going to have something to look at anyway. We got to try to find the wreck on the planet surface. So this is something interesting. All right, so we're off. Let's go find it. 3, guys. Landmark number 3. We won't make such quick progress when we have to leave the Luminaire system for our landmarks. Alright, we're here. I always like to see if you can just see anything. Well, there it is. It's quite a ways away. So, we're going to approach it. That's the celestial beacon there. Whoa, we just way approached it and went past it. I got powerful engines. Let's look at it. And then any info. Yeah, the beacons don't really, I don't think, have a lot of info. So, there's got to be a wreck around here. Oh no, that's right. We're supposed to see it see it on the planet's surface. Is that it? What is that? That might be it, guys. Can we approach that? No. I think that's it right there on the planet's surface, guys. Right there. Can't make it much bigger. Wonder if we can somehow navigate manually closer to it. Let me look at my ship. Alright, can I fly? I'm gonna try to fly manually, guys, and get a better look. That's not on the ground. That's in orbit. But it's not solid enough to even be able to even look at it. But I think that's in orbit, guys. The hell is it? See, it doesn't even show up on the overview. But that's in orbit for sure. Stop the ship. What do you think, guys? Is that a busted up Titan? Think we found it? That doesn't look big enough to be a Titan. Is there anything on the ground beneath it? It's Caldari Prime. Said you're supposed to be able to see it from orbit. This thing's still burning. And it won't even give you... Oh, what? Will it show info? No. See? It's not like solid enough to even... I don't know how that is. What's that? Maybe that's just a piece of the Titan. But I don't see anything on the ground that I can make out anyway. Supposedly you can see the wreckage from orbit, but I thought they meant on the ground wreckage because it crashed into the ground during the battle. And I actually think that's in Empyrean Age, the book. But I'm not seeing anything on the ground though. Caldari Prime. This is Caldari Prime. For those who don't know, it used to be the capital of the Caldari Empire until the Galente liberated it and made it part of the Federation quite some time ago. Well, I'm going to get my picture. This is all I can find that's interesting around about it, so... Alright, wasn't much to take a picture of here, really. See, I can't even look at this object. Like, I can't make it the center of the camera. And it's weird, it's still got flames like coming off in it and stuff. I wonder what that's about. Very odd. That's a very odd landmark. Some of these landmarks are just like mysterious, man. You gotta like do deep research to find out about this stuff. This is all gonna be like some deep lore about the Caldari Galente conflict. Which of course is heating up again, right? That's part of the whole expansion. Well, I don't see anything on the ground. You're supposed to be able to see the Titan wreck from space. Alright. I think we came, we saw. I'll do one more screenshot. We're moving on. Landmark number 4, guys, coming up. Let's see what's next. Federation Grand Prix Starting Line. Put it in the list. Now this one, it's just kind of, it is what's on the tin for this one. It's the place where the Grand Prix traditionally starts. Probably will again if they have another Grand Prix. It does say it's from YC120, but that's because I think it's the last time they had the Grand Prix. But let's go see what's there. Here we go. So all of those monuments, so Luminaire must have really figured heavy in the war, the first war between Caldari and Galente. Obviously this, and you know, again, Luminaire belonged to the Caldari at that point, right? So there's a bunch of stuff here. This is the Federal Grand Prix headquarters. We can read the info about it. But docking has been prohibited into the station without proper authorization. And I believe that changes at the point of the race. When the race starts, I believe you can dock in this station. I believe that's part of it. Let's take a picture here. But there's other stuff up here. You can actually see like the starting line itself and these sort of see these these little things. So let's get a picture of that. And we'll go check some of it out. Let's go explore some of these structures. Yeah, so these structures are just used to sort of designate the beginning of the race line. Oh, here's a pleasure house of questionable honor. Whether it's outrageous, dirty, lethal, or just merely illegal, you're bound to find it here. Oh, well, we got to go investigate that, guys. Hold on. We got to go see what's up about that. Can we dock in there? Nope. Of course not. They're not going to let us dock in the pleasure house, guys. Fun Incorporated. This is kind of crazy, guys. It's the Grandstands Resort. So this is where, like, guests can, like, be, but we can't dock in it. It's not going to let us go in there. Well, we got to take, got to get a picture of that. Hold on. Got to get the sign in there. Like, Test Alliance actually has an ad here, guys. That's fucking crazy. All right, let's get a picture. So corporations actually have advertising on this thing. Corporations and alliances. So that's the grandstands, guys, for the race. The Grandstand Resort. Pretty cool. All right. So this is it, guys. This is where the greatest race of all time, definitely the greatest race in New Eden, takes. Look at all those advertising panels. That's crazy. That's not a bad picture there. Let's see if we can get some of the structures in there too. All right. Landmark number 4. And I think we're done with the Luminaire stuff, guys. So we're going to be venturing out of system. Oh, there's something else over here. What is this? This monument has been erected to honor the capsuleers who achieved the fastest completion times in the Federation Grand Prix courses. It is inscribed with a list of top 10 races for each circuit in YC123's version of the event. Wow, so this is it, guys. This is what I was talking about. This is, let's go over there. This is the monument where they got the players' names inscribed on it. Champions of the Federation. Let's go check it out. See, I don't think I made my name on it, but we'll take a look anyway. I tried that year though. I did. I tried hard to get on the memorial. So if they have another Grand Prix, there'll be something similar, almost for sure. They'll have a place where they put your name if you achieve certain, achievements within. Whoops, gotta stop now. Alright, we'll get a picture of us with the monument. And then we'll read it. Now can we look at this? Yeah. can look at it. Can't even see my little frigate anywhere out there. Which one is the actual memorial? This one? Or this one? That's the one. Can we look at this instead? Now I think we might be able to see my ship somewhere. I'm right around the monument somewhere. They look identical. It's funny that I don't see my ship in space though. I know I'm just in a tiny frigate, but I thought I was right near this. Alright. I think they give the identical information, so. No, this is different. YC124. So they put one of this out for each one. That's YC124s, and this is YC123s, so we got to kind of get a picture of both of them. Alright, let's read Y23s first. Alright guys, let's see who got their name on it. So this one is, the monument has been erected to honor the capsuleers who achieved the fastest completion times in the Federation Grand Prix courses. It is inscribed with a list of top 10 racers for each circuit in the YC123's version of the event. The Southern Route Champions. See, it has different routes, and some of the routes take you through low sec. I think some even take you through like no sec. So there's different routes that you can take on to complete the race. So, I mean, I'm not going to read all the names, I guess, but you guys can see them on the screen. I'm just scanning them briefly, see if it's anybody I know, or much less, God forbid, me. Eastern Route Champions. So there's the champions from YC123. Now let's see YC124. So same spiel. This is YC124's winners. So there you go. I'm definitely not on any of them. But so that's what happens. And so if they do another race, they will, I would think, put another one of these out probably in the same row as these. So that's it. That's the beginning, the starting line. The over there in the distance is the grandstand. The grandstand resort, which is where people can watch the race. This station here, the headquarters, I believe becomes dockable during the race, but I could be wrong, but I believe it becomes dockable during the race. And so that's it. This is the beginning of the coolest, some of the coolest content that EVE Online produces, in my opinion. And hopefully they'll have another race soon. I'm looking forward to it. I'm all geared up. I got my own clone, my racing clone. I got my racing ship still in the hangar collecting dust. Alrighty, and see what's next on the list. Alright, so next door we have another graveyard. Well, we're visiting a lot of graveyards. So stop number 5 is going to be the Algogille Graveyard, which is right next door. Let's put it on the list and head that way. But I think we might have to start doing some traveling here real soon. So let's see what it says about the Algogille Graveyard. Invasion battle remnants from YC110. Again, going back to that original invasion / uprising. Caldari forces jumping from Luminaire into Algogille, and were obviously quite badly destroyed. So, I mean, otherwise they wouldn't have a graveyard, right? I don't see a Guente graveyard there for. So I'm assuming we won that battle as well. So, all right. So another ship graveyard, guys. But hopefully that will come to a close here soon. But we'll go. We're gonna go. Obviously, there's a big conflict, and we're right on the border zone, so it makes sense, I guess. For those just tuning in, this is our landmark quest. We're attempting to jump, man. Why is she not jumping? We're attempting to visit 20. We're not attempting. We're gonna visit 20 official EVE Online landmarks and get a official EVE Online achievement and a title for doing so. And we're gonna document as we go. We're taking screenshots and whatnot, and then we'll stitch all that together to have a little memento of the entire quest. I anticipate it'll take 2 or 3 streams to get all 20, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see if we can find this one. There it is, Algogille Ship Graveyard. Yet another ship graveyard. Apparently, there's a lot of them in this area. This must have been quite the battlefield between Caldari and Guente. And as I recall the lore, it was quite ferocious battles. I mean, we took their capital planet and we still hold it, right? Caldari Prime that's where I live, in Luminaire, right? So, I mean, I can see how they can be kind of bent over that. Well, this one's a little bit more interesting than the last one, I guess. Again, wrecked ships, right? And there's an obelisk hiding out here somewhere. Alright, let's see what's here. I don't think the celestial beacon, we keep checking, but they don't really tell us anything. Yeah, it's a beacon. And it's just all wrecks. Another space shuttle wreck. That seems to be the... Let's head over that way. Oh wow, it's big too. Okay, stop. You can stop now. Yeah, see, it bounced right off in it. So this is a space shuttle wreck? Apparently so. Wow, that's weird though. It's like it got impacted by a asteroid or something. Or it was built on an asteroid. That's interesting. Let's get a screenshot of that. So again, guys, not a lot to see here, really. One interesting thing that in this space, my emblems don't show up. My corporate emblem and my alliance emblem are gone in this space. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's intentional, because it's like considered some sort of neutral space of peace or whatever. but my emblems are gone. We'll have to see when I warp out if they come back. Alright. Yet another ship graveyard. Hi, Meowie. Welcome to the stream. If you haven't been working, I'll just catch you up really quick. We're doing this right here. So this came out this morning on the EVE Online Twitter. And so we're going to try to get this achievement. We're going to visit 20 official landmarks. And we're going to concentrate, first of all, on Luminaire, which we finished up already. And then Galente Space is going to be a high priority. And then we'll pick out one or two of the big famous ones, like the one that's displayed there on that image is the Katya one, which I think it's kind of a must-see if you're doing landmarks, so we'll probably go visit the Katya statue. So, and then attempting to get the achievement. So we're calling it the Landmark Quest. It'll probably take 2, maybe 3 streams. We just finished, we're at landmark number 5 right now, sitting at yet another ship graveyard, which seems to be what's in the area a lot of anyway. We saw the Grand Prix complex where the Grand Prix race is managed and where it begins. Alright, well guys, you know, I don't know what to say. Another graveyard from that same battle. So let's see what's up for number 6. Let's see where we're going next. Okay, yeah, okay, well this sounds interesting. Huh. This one we might have to actually go find it. But let me put it in the list here and I'll read it to you. So we're gonna go see a mysterious probe. It's an ancient anomalous probe. That sounds mysterious. So let's go. Where is this thing? It's in Charmerout essence. Okay, let's copy. Well, let's read what Wikipedia while we're jumping. Let's read the Wikipedia on the mysterious probe. All right. Well, couldn't find much about the mysterious probe, guys. It's just an ancient, mysterious, anomalous probe. I know, I'm coming. Jump. Almost there, guys. Gonna go see the mysterious ancient probe. Alright, here we are. Let's find it. There it is. Away we go. Going to see the mysterious ancient probe. Does sound mysterious. I have to admit. Having the word mysterious in the title helps a lot. Mysterious probe. Wow, that popped up. So this is a big deal here. That literally popped up. Mysterious probe. What is this ancient probe doing all the way out here? Well, inquiring minds want to know. That's why we came. Where is the thing? Let's go take a look. Let's approach it. Whoa, we shot by it. It's back there somewhere. Take a look at it. I don't know, it looks like a pretty standard beacon. Doesn't look too mysterious. It is a beacon. That's not the that's the mysterious probe? Where's the actual probe itself? I want to see the beacon. There it is. Alright. Now we're en route. That was just the beacon. This is the probe. Again, it kind of just looks like a beacon, guys. I don't see how that's that mysterious. Despite its familiar construction, okay, so it acknowledges that it looks like a beacon. Despite its familiar construction, this ancient probe is made from materials and electronics unlike anything you've ever seen in New Eden. It floats silently through space, seemingly dormant. Wonder what happens if you lock it. Can we lock it? Boom! Okay, I'm still alive and I locked it. Hi, Sabiak. Good to see you, man. Thanks for getting in the raffle. I'll catch you guys up on what we're doing. We're doing probably a series of streams. We're calling it the Landmark Quest. And this is an official EVE Online sort of quest to visit 20 official landmarks in New Eden. And so we got a list, and we're gonna go through them and see if we can get the achievement and the title. This is a mysterious probe. Much more than that, it really doesn't seem to say much. It's just seemingly dormant, is what it says. But I'd love to be the one who figures out how to activate it. I'll bet you there's an Easter egg in there somewhere. They don't put something like this out in space. See, there's a way to make this do something. I bet you anything. But nobody's actually discovered it. I'm not going to fire on it, though. It'd be just my luck. Concord would show up and just blast me, so. Alright, we got to get the picture. Guys, let's get a little bit closer. Got to get the official picture. Oh! Contact. The probe establishes a remote communications channel with your ship, then transmits a single beat noise. Oh, this is cool. This has got like all kind of interactive stuff going on with it, guys. This is nifty. I mean, as long as I don't get exploded. Well, that's pretty cool. So it acknowledged me. Let's get a little closer, see what happens. I want to get a good screenshot of what's next to it. That's wild, though. Okay, we can stop there. Oh, we're going to ram it. We're going to pass it. I want to get a copy of it in the ship. Oh, come on. I can get closer than that. Oh, blasted right by it. Alright, I guess we gotta take what we can get. Not a bad shot. Alright. Can't see it down there. Huh. There it is. Nope. No bananas. Alright, well, we got our shot of the mysterious probe. That's interesting. That is kind of cool. I mean, it's the first monument we've been to where stuff actually happened. Like, it acknowledged my presence, and then, like, the probe itself, like activated. So that's pretty interesting, pretty cool. Alright, we came and we saw the mysterious probe, guys. So I think that's monument number 6. As long as all of these are official, I think they are. Well, that so far I'd have to say the mysterious probe was the most interesting thing. Interesting curiosity so far. Hopefully they'll continue on that sort of a track. I like how it was very interactive. It let me know I had tagged the monument, which none of the other ones so far did. None of the other ones acknowledged that we had, that we had made contact with the monument. So I'm wondering how this affects my count. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many of these I've gotten so far. Okay, so I just noticed something in the reading of this. I think we're gonna have to go to considerably more than 20 landmarks, because it says you have to visit 20 landmark systems. So we did 4 landmarks in one system over in Luminaire. So I think we might have to go quite far down the list before I make the achievement. I'm not keeping track of how many systems. I'm just doing landmarks. So we'll just keep going until it awards me the achievement. We might have to do quite a bit more, I think, than 20 landmarks. Because a lot of these are having multiple landmarks in the same system. The next one's kind of interesting. I took a peek at the next one. So this one says Impetus Studios, a major entertainment studio complex of the Impetus Corporation. Alright. See if it's any easier to get to than the other ones. I don't want to go 38 jumps in my quest, guys. I thought I made that clear in my prompt. The AI not exactly behaving. Alright, that one we can do. Alright, we're going to go to the movie studios, guys. We're off. Okay, folks, we're off on the next stop. We are going to go see Impetus Studios, a major entertainment studio complex of the Impetus Corporation. We're going to Hollywood, guys. New Eden, Hollywood. We're going to go become movie stars. They'll accept us. Because we got it. We got it going on. You ready, guys? Let's go. Jump, jump. And our quest continues. This is going to be hopefully landmark number 7. But I upon reading the instructions for this a little closer, I think you got to go to 20 systems. So I think we're going to be doing more than 20 landmarks before we're done. Before we get the 20 systems logged in. Because we did multiple landmarks in, like, for instance, Luminaire, we did 4. So I think that only counts as 1, though. Hope y'all enjoying the content. We're definitely going to have a really nice slideshow when we're done. And we're going to do some of the famous ones. We're going to save them for the end. I'm mostly doing Galente space right now, trying to highlight what's out here. We started in Luminaire, which is my home system. We saw 4 landmarks, and then the grok kind of messed up because it was supposed to keep me in high sec, but it recommended one that was way off in like null sec or something, and I was like, no, we're not going there. First of all, because it was 38 jumps, not necessarily the fact that it was in null sec, but it was very far away. Which it also wasn't supposed to put in my list. So first time that grok is kind of like sort of sort of dropped the ball on one of my EVE Online searches, but it's okay. We're powering through it. We're seeing a lot of places. Like I said, this is landmark number 7, so we've done more than a few during this stream. Now this one should be kind of interesting, like Hollywood, right? Come on, I wonder what's there, man. It's got to be more than just like some sort of undockable station or something. And we're almost there. A couple more jumps. And the Eve Wikipedia links that that Grok gave me are just useless. They don't actually link to the individual articles. You'd have to actually like, go through and look them up. I'll save that for if we just can't make out what's going on. That's an interesting gate. Concord Gate. Concord gates are always weird. At least being in Concord space, you know you're going to get a quick response, right? Somebody decides to try to gank you. Go, jump, jump. One more jump and we're in the system. We're gonna go take our picture in Hollywood, boys and gals. We're gonna be superstars. I always wanted to be a New Eden Hollywood movie star. New Eden movie star, huh? Can you imagine? Alright, we're not gonna dock. Let's find this place. What are we looking for again? Oh, the movie studio. A lot of stuff here. Oh, there it is. Impetus. There it is. That's gotta be it. Wow, I failed to find even one landmark. That'd be just silly. Alright, guys, we're off to Hollywood. Impetus Tolle Studio. It looks like it's maybe a station that we can dock into. I wonder if there's anything different inside of it or what it looks like. I'm way curious. Now somebody's done some like some depot art, I guess you call it, where they put the depots out. Can't see it now, but I saw it when I came in. Somebody had written something. Alright, so there it is, guys. There we go. Better look at it. Huh. And we can't dock. It's not dockable. Get a little closer though, maybe. Grand Prix Pleasure Cruiser. There's like a whole other monument that's not even. We might have to add that to our list, guys. We got to go see the Pleasure Cruiser. I don't know what all these little bits of stuff are. Barricades, Impetus barricades. So the place is surrounded by like barricades and barriers and cargo rings. Huh. Let's look at it. Huh. There's like a ship there. Little hauler. Can see little arenas inside there, like little theaters maybe. Join the E-Unit change and start your career in New Eden. So that's just a normal billboard. Do I hear music? Huh. Well, far out. Let's get our picture in Hollywood here. There's another ship there. Little Amari ship. Huh. Let's look at my shit. Let's get a picture, I guess. Alright, well, there wasn't much to see. Really? They wouldn't even let us dock up in the studio. We're not allowed. We're not superstars. But there's a pop-up one here. I think we're gonna go take a look at this and add it to our list, maybe even. Oopsie. There we go. I want to go see Jean Pareillet's pleasure cruiser. Oh, it's here. It's part of this site. Oh, never mind. Okay, so this is a movie star ship guys. Oh, it's a Victoro. It's a Victoro. I've got one of these. I've got this yacht. It's a Victoro luxury yacht. No matter what it says, that's a Victoro luxury yacht. No, wait a minute. That's not the ship I wanted to. Yeah, well, it doesn't say it, but it's a Victoro. I own one of these yachts. I have a Victoro. Well, we got to take a picture next to the famous guy's movie yacht, so. Not that I don't own one myself, like I said, but. Did I get it? I didn't see it do it. Alright, I've got it. I don't know why it's acting like that, but we got it. Alright. Alright, guys. I feel like we came in movie studioed. We found the famous actor's yacht. Funny that he owns the same yacht as me. Alright. So, let's see what's next, guys. Let's see what we're going to do next. And nobody's ever figured this out yet either, man. I don't think anybody has figured out what this means. I remember when this first appeared, and like there were tons of people streaming it and everything. It was really it made quite a hoopla in EVE Online when this thing appeared. But let me first of all put it in the list. And I'll read it to you. So it's called Children of Light, if we can get to it. It's called Children of Light. It's a rare visual phenomenon on the Stargate, and it's not always present. So it's really considered quite, especially in Amar religion, it's considered, but generally speaking, amongst Capsuleers. Now, again, this is lore. This is not like real players, but Capsuleers in the lore. Generally think it's quite auspicious. It's quite a blessing if you see the Children of Light when you get there, because not everybody sees it. So we'll go out there and see if we can see the phenomenon. If we can get there. Let's see if we can. Oh, it's a lot of jumps, but that's alright. Away we go. I'm going to put the music on though for this trip. That's a bunch of jumps, and we're going out to see this the Children of Light phenomenon. And I actually remember when this appeared. I was a streamer at the time. I was playing. This is a long time ago when this phenomenon appeared. And there was a huge big deal made of it. There was pretty much 24/7 live streams going on at the Stargate, at least for the first, I would say, week that this thing happened, and endless sort of discussion about what it could mean and whatnot. And I don't know that it's actually ever been figured out. I mean, we could look it up on YouTube, I suppose, and see if anybody would know. It would be Ashtarothi. He would know if it was figured out. And I remember him being all up in the mix when it first appeared too. Everybody was quite astounded. All right, so I'm gonna put the music on while I jump over to this next. Will be number 8 if we when we get to the Stargate. That will be number 8 landmark that we visited. I think we're probably looking at around 30 that we're going to have to visit before we get the award, because I think we got to go to 20 systems. So we carry on. I think this is the correct Stargate. So now we just see if we can see the phenomenon, because it's not, I'm very familiar with this particular thing, and it's not always going to be present on the Stargate. But let's see what we can see. It's called Children of the Light, and you'll know it when you see it. It's pretty distinctive. But let's look at the Stargate and then back up. And we might not get to see it. It might, you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's actually, like I said, though, there is quite a significance to the Children of Light. I remember when it first appeared in the game. Like I said, it raised quite a fuss. There was a lot of coverage. There were a lot of ships out here monitoring it and watching it, and there was all kind of streams about it. And people, of course, were trying to figure out. And I don't believe that anybody ever did get to the bottom of it, but that would be for a lore master like of Ashtarothi's sort of caliber to let us know. I mean, I could probably look up some YouTube videos or whatever. And then the in-game lore, especially amongst the Amar, but more or less amongst all capsuleers, is that if you're a capsuleer and you approach this gate and you do see the Children of Light, it's supposed to be a sort of a blessing. Right, it has almost spiritual, if not like sort of religious significance to it. Now I'm not seeing anything beyond sort of like a mist, a little bit of fogginess, sort of a mist, but I'm not actually seeing what I would think say would be the phenomenon. But we'll hang here for a minute. Back in the day, there was sort of an idea that it might spawn if you if you stay here. Like it can somehow sense the presence of capsuleer. Now it could be on the other side of the gate too. So maybe we should at some point pop through. I'm not sure. I think it matters which side of the gate you're on. But I would not think so. No, I think this is the right gate. I think we're in the right place. It's just not a phenomenon that can be reliably counted upon. That's the whole sort of the point of this particular phenomenon. But we won't belabor it. You either catch it or you don't. I recommend it's a good place to come, though. Eventually, if you go through this gate enough times, you will eventually catch it. For the people who live here locally, they probably see it quite often. I mean, those little floaty stars are interesting, but I don't think that's it. I don't recall exactly what it looked like, but it was pretty dramatic. It was not subtle. Those little dots. I don't recall seeing those kind of little dots around other stargates, though. So that could be what it is. At least maybe a precursor of the phenomenon. because you don't usually see dots like that behaving like that at a stargate, so that could possibly be it. Well, let's get a picture of it. We at least came to the gate. Yeah, see those things up there above my ship. That could be it. That could be the phenomenon, but I just thought it was more distinct than that. But I could be wrong. Take another picture, and then we'll move on to location number 9. All right, let's see what's next. All right, my friends, my fellow capsuleers, we are coming into the system of Malaya, where we are going to visit the very, very famous player-created Capsuleer Graveyard. Capsuleer Cemetery, my bad. The Fallen Capsuleers Memorial and the Capsuleer Cemetery. So they're one thing. They have, that's quite a title. I'll just get it straight. Fallen Capsuleers Memorial and the Capsuleer Cemetery. We're in Kneed. That's sort of interesting sort of space to be in. The Kneed. I believe I am Kneed. To the very famous Fallen Capsuleers Memorial and the Capsuleer Cemetery. And I'll tell again the story as far as I know it, and then we'll try to look it up on the Wikipedia, see if it adds any anything that I missed or said incorrectly. But I'll tell the lore as far as I know it, and then we'll read from the thing. But this is probably this will be number 9. We're probably gonna end the stream here, and I'll do some more. So still filled with the. See, I was told these were gone. Look at them all, guys. Those are all containers. I was told these were gone, but maybe they've just kept doing it again out of like sort of. Here lies Cyborg, R.I.P. See, so these are all. Here lies something, Arabustus, R.I.P. So that's odd because I didn't think these still existed. Here lies Frank. I thought these had been replaced by CCP because, I mean, oh, there's now. See, there's the CCP memorial that they made. That's insane, right? Look at that. Look at the. Let's look at it actually. Wow, look at, so you can see all of the stuff in space, right, around it. Isn't that wild? And so it's got the eternal flame coming up, right? There's something in the flame there too. Oh, it's a capsule. Look at that. Oh, that's so cute. Can we get that closer? No, we can't get it closer. That's a capsule, guys. Like a sort of a. That's wild. See, so I'm sort of misinformed because I knew they had put this memorial up. I even kind of knew a little bit about what it looked like, but my understanding was that they had done away with all of these cargo containers. And look, this is one's first dog for my dog. Small audit log secure container for my dog Max. I will always miss you, buddy. That is incredible. That's so sweet. Let's go. We got to get closer to that. Let's approach that. we got to take our picture next to one of them, it's going to be that one. Let's look at it. That is too cute. That is incredible. Where's the ship? Oh, can we get the ship and the container and all three in the same picture? Not exactly, huh? Where's my ship? It's only 749 meters away. Oh, dudes. Should be able to see it. It's not that small. Well, anyway. That's quite a shot right there. We're going to take that shot. I didn't realize this was... We got to read up on this. I'm misinformed about the... about what has taken place out here. And I thought that all of these containers had been done away with. Oh, there's my ship. Alright, we can get that in there. We can get all three. We can make that happen. Alright. So I almost want to now look at the Wikipedia. The Eve Wiki or whatever. Because, like I said, I'm seriously misinformed. Unless what happened is they tried to do this new regime and everybody just came back and started putting the containers again. But I thought that CCP had a way of doing that because they changed the space so that the containers didn't stay forever. So let's look this up. Here we go. So there is quite an entry for this. It does show a picture. Let's bring up the browser, I guess, even for this read, because this will be our last one for this stream. Then I'll shut down. We'll do the raffle. I'll raid out and I'll generate some more electricity and come back because we're gonna do another segment today. We made it to landmark number 9 though, but let me see if I can bring up the browser. So, Fallen Capsuleers Memorial, and you can see here they've got a photo that appears to show what I'm looking at in space still as a representation. So again, I must be misinformed. I thought the containers were for sure gone. This memorial to fallen capsuleers is the centerpiece of the cemetery originally established in orbit of the moon Malaya 2 by capsuleers of the Eve Cemetery Corporation. So there was actually a corporation that was bringing these containers out there and beginning this process. Having been in place for over a decade and in view of ongoing developments in structure technology, it increasingly became clear that a dedicated memorial structure would enhance the cemetery and help preserve it for decades more. The Upwell Consortium, at the urging of a large number of private citizens and corporations, constructed the new Fallen Capsuleers Memorial in YC122. And see, I remember when they announced the memorial. The Fallen Capsuleers Memorial continues to support the establishment of individual memorial containers by capsuleers in the cemetery at the Malaya 2 Moon 1. Any secure cargo containers that are anchored within 200 kilometers of this structure, the memorial, will not automatically decay over time. This structure does not provide any special protection against the intentional destruction or scooping of containers. And I knew that too. And there's been a history of that too. Like back in the day anyway, there was a hardened cadre of folks who actually really disagreed vehemently for several different kind of reasons. Disagreed in the existence of this at all. And there were regular like sort of troll runs on it, and I imagine there still is. And at least the Cemetery Corporation, as well as several other dedicated groups and individuals, would, and I don't know if they still do, but they would patrol the area too. It was considered a thing of honor to sort of, jump in a battle cruiser and come patrol the cemetery. And then just read them because some of them are so interesting and they're also heartbreaking. I mean, we literally found a dog one, guys. I'm gonna literally bookmark this one in space. I think they stay put, so we're gonna bookmark the doggy one. Let's see, save location. Doggy memorial. I think that's really cute that we found one straight away to a guy's dog, and especially how important dogs are to, the hermitage here and, my different content that I create. That is just incredible. Let's see if we can get a couple more nice shots. So okay, so we're going to continue on with the quest for a total of 20 systems with landmarks in them. This was put out today on X by EVE Online, and it really caught my fancy, and I decided we're going to go ahead and do it in like a systematic way. We're going to start with our 10th system. We did 9 in the last show, so we're at number 10 now. I've got it picked out. I've got it charted, the course charted. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it before we head out for it. By the by, we are going to do at least a couple more really super famous ones too, but we're doing a lot of the ones that are sort of out of the way that people haven't really heard of too. There are so many in EVE Online, hundreds at least, of these official landmarks, memorials, just all sorts of these different little anomalies in some case, and by that I don't mean the official sort of gameplay anomaly, but just anomalous things like the we saw the Children of Light, I think is what it was called. Where is it? Children of Light, yeah. So we didn't see it actually. We didn't get to see it. It's a recurring phenomenon, and it didn't occur while we were there. So, and then when we're done, I'm collecting like screenshots. I'm keeping a list and screenshots, and then I'm also going to download these streams. And by the by, what I'll do is I will I'll put together first a slideshow of like the static screenshots, and then I'll put together a video of just the cutting out all the other stuff and the travel and everything, and just the visit to the different landmarks. And in the end, hopefully, my goal is to get that achievement and that title. I'll unlock the Sightseer title and have another achievement. I've got a couple of the different titles, achievements so far. So yeah, having a lot of fun with it. We, like I said, we've seen 9 already sites, landmarks. And we would just the one that we're at now, that we're docked up at, was the last one from the last stream, was the Capsuleer Memorial. And so now let me describe to you what we're off to see now. So we're off to see something called the Mysterious Shuttle. And then, without much explanation at all, it has in parentheses, True Immortal. And I don't know if we should save it as a surprise or if we should do a spoiler and look it up now as to what this is actually like all about. But let's head over there, I think, and then we'll just I'll put the music on. It's a fair amount of jumps. It's not very, very far. You can see it on the screen there where we're going. And so I'll put the music on while I jump over there, and then we'll check it out, the Mysterious Shuttle, and see what that's exactly all about. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching the stream. For those who are watching either on the replay or on the video documentary that we're making, thanks for being part of our journey here at the Buddhist Gamer, our little quest of the landmarks. Okay, folks, we have arrived. We are deep in the Khanid Kingdom still, from our last stop on the landmarks tour of New Eden. Good day, Demihedron 07. Salute. So this is I'll catch everybody up real quick. Hopefully I'll be okay sitting here. I think I will be. So this is a post on X that came out today from EVE Online, reminding us that the Cradle of War introduced achievements and titles, which I've already gotten a couple of those. And one of their favorites is the Historic Wanderer achievement. It's pretty simple. You got to visit 20 landmark systems. We actually are going to take more than 20 stops because sometimes we've done multiple landmarks in one system. So we'll probably have to go to about 30 landmarks total. We're at number 10 now, and we have arrived. We're ready to go see it. I see it on the overview now. And so that's what we're doing in today's show. When we're done, I'm doing screenshots along the way. I'm keeping a meticulous list of the research and everything, and then taking nice screenshots. And also we've got the video from the streams. And so I'm going to put together both a slideshow and then also a video presentation where it's just the landmarks and all the other stuff, like my commentary, my witty repartee, and all the travel time is removed. All right, so there's the mysterious shuttle. I do wish I knew what was inside. It has something to do with I think the original Project Discovery, which I was a part of, and it was completely different than this Project Discovery. If you're not familiar, the original Project Discovery had to do with finding planets around other stars. And you were essentially the same thing you were doing now, where you're training the AI to find like COVID viruses. This was you were given a set of data from telescopes, and it was about the light dipping. You know, as the planet goes in front of the sun, that's one of the ways that they detect planets. But they needed the AI to learn, and so you learned on a real data set. You learned on real telescope stuff, and then you learned how to find the proper occlusion for stars yourself, and that in turn was teaching the AI to do it as well. So now they can have AI search these gigantic, in part thanks to EVE Online players, thanks to the original Project Discovery. Astronomers have this tool, this AI, that was trained in part by our help to find planets around other stars. They can scan down huge swaths of sky, and they don't have to sit there and puzzle over each star by hand. With the human, they can just give it to the AI, and the AI can much more accurate than any of the algorithms they've used in the past to do that sort of work. So, Space Oddity, I gotta keep that in mind. We are definitely not gonna. We're gonna at least look into it. Let me see what is on the suggested list next. You wanted me to read off the ones we've done. So we've done the Luminaire. We started, number one was we started in Luminaire, obviously, because I live there. And we did a bunch of them right there in the system. We did the Luminaire Graveyard, the Caldari Monument, the Operation Highlander Battleground, and the Federation Grand Prix Starting Line, and the whole complex there. There's a whole complex for the Federation Grand Prix, including like the Grandstands Resort and stuff like that. So we toured that whole complex. And then for number 5, we did the Algogille Graveyard. And then for 6, we did the Mysterious Probe, which was kind of similar to the Mysterious Shuttle. It interacted, and it did pop-ups and stuff like that, and it did something. It pinged when we got close to it. And then we went to the movie studio, the Impetus movie studio. We saw not that it's that big of a deal because I own one, but we saw the Victoro luxury yacht parked out front for one of the movie stars, which, like I said, impresses you far less if you actually own a Victoro. So, which I do. You know, I wouldn't be without my yacht. But anyway, the movie studio was interesting. Then we went out to the Children of Light because I remember when it first happened, when the phenomenon first occurred, and I remember the hoopla around it and the live streams of it and everything. We were hoping to catch it. It is a recurrent sort of phenomenon. We did not, unfortunately, catch it, so we might circle around on that too someday to try to catch it. It's supposed to, again, the lore for that in game is that it's supposed to be a very auspicious thing for capsuleers to see the children of light. Then we went on to, of course, couldn't miss the fallen capsuleers memorial in the capsuleer cemetery. So that was the last one on the last stream, and now we've just done the mysterious shuttle, and I'm about to scoop another one here out of the list. Should we go see a monastery? I mean, I am a Buddhist minister. I like this one. See what we can do with this. I didn't know we could go see a monastery in Eve. This will probably be boring to a lot of you cats, but not me. I don't know if I can find it. That's in Hysac. Let's go see it. We're going to the monastery, guys. That's what's next. Let me set the destination. Let's go here. It's pretty far jump, so we're gonna put the music back on. But I don't know what's some of these we're gonna start searching separately, I think. Can we search it on here? Can we search on the wiki? Yeah, we can. Let's see what this does. No results, really? That's funny. They got the worst. They either got the worst search engine ever or whatever, but can't bring it up on Wikipedia. Let's see if let's see what the Google AI says about it. Eve Travel. All right, now we're in the money. Let's see. Oh, it's got a whole page on it, guys. Let's look at. Let's check this out. Hold on. Here. All right, check this out. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Get X out of that. So this has got quite an entry here. The Order of St. Tetramon Fortress Monastery. Towering cathedrals, gleaming golden spires spread over dozens, if not hundreds, of square kilometers. Bustling, luminous starships everywhere you turn. You might be forgiven for thinking you were at the very heart of the empire in Amar, just a few kilometers off the Emperor family station in orbit of Amar 8. Instead, I found myself 3 jumps out from the Amar homeworld in the distant outskirts of the Thebeka system, surrounded by over 220 AU of complete nothingness and nearly 250 AU distant local star, merely a glint of starlight on the many towering cathedrals of the Order of St. Tetramon Fortress Monastery. It is an imposing sight and a striking reminder of the power of the fanatical Orthodox sect of the Amar religion. It was founded nearly 2 millennium ago. The titular St. Tetramon, born as Iyen-Oursta, earned his sainthood in the most Amarian of fashions by killing an emperor who also happened to be his grandfather. To be quite fair, the Emperor Zagaram II probably deserved it. You gotta love this shit. Given that even today he is known as the Mad Emperor. Zagaram II is probably best well known today for attempting to construct the City of God in Shastal, a disastrous engineering project meant solely to stoke Zagaram's own ego and proclaim how great he was. It didn't work, but beyond his poorly thought out engineering projects, Zagaram II also attempted to rewrite the Amarian religion, rewriting the sacred scriptures as he went to give even greater power to the emperor. Plenty of clerics disagreed with these rewrites and other changes being proclaimed by Zagaram II, but it was Iyen who sought to solve the problem permanently. As he plunged the dagger into his grandfather, he allegedly yelled, Manu Dai Etet Ramon, which roughly translates to, I am the devoted hand of the divine God in ancient Amar. The saint was born. It goes on and on, guys. Since its founding, the order, some call it a cult, has dedicated itself to restoring the scriptures to its original pre-Zagrum II state. Unsurprisingly, given its initial mission, the order since its founding has served to maintain the orthodoxy of the Ma religion. It frequently objects to any attempts to modernize or update the religion. Its power over the years has waxed and waned, but its impressive fortress monastery in Tebeka demonstrates that even the lowest ebb of its power, the Order, is a force to be reckoned with in Amar society. Indeed, even Aura, that's the AI pilot assistant that we all have, even Aura seemed to be stepping lightly as she collated relevant information for me as I dropped out of warp at the monastery. And this is a quote, I guess, from Aurora. The heavily fortified monastery serves as the regional chapter house for the Order of St. Tetramon in Domain, as a major base for the powerful religious and military order. So these guys are like the Knights Templar, basically, of Eve, guys. It is defended by fanatical followers of Tetramon's radical scriptural, theocratic, and military doctrines. Well, we're gonna tiptoe lightly when we go over there. Let's make sure not to ruffle any religious feathers and get ourselves like burned at the stake, okay? The construction of this, we're not, nothing about Buddhism when we go in there, alright guys? Shh. The construction of this fortress monastery within the Tebeka system was made possible by royal heir Arim Adashapur, no, stop, who sees the Tetramen as valuable allies on the politically conservative and religiously militant side of the struggle for the future of the Amar Empire. Order of St. Tetramen military forces were involved in putting down a number of slave rebellions. Oh, so these guys, like, see, that's the thing about Amar. They got, like, the slavery thing going on. It's pretty harsh, man. Including major uprisings in the Tebeka system. The construction of this fortress monastery in the system marks that service and underlines the political alliance between the House Adashapur and the Order. Although the monastery is officially sanctioned by the local Adashapur authorities, many observers have noted the Order's choice to construct their facility at the very outer reaches of the Tebeka system, far from the populated inner planets and public space stations. This choice of location is viewed as a clear signal that the Order of St. Tetramen continues to see itself standing apart from the temporal politics of the Empire, with its mission distinct, deeply spiritual, and remaining fully inspired by the example of St. Tetramon. Yeah, the murderer guy, right? Okay. The Order was founded in 460 AD. I wonder if that's like our time. So that's converted into our time. So 21,460 AD. Like 18,000 years in the future, or something like that. I don't know, 15,000 years in the future. In the name of St. Tetramon, the Adashapur noble who assassinated his grandfather, blah, 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 blah. We already know this. During the time in exile, the Order of St. Tetramon worked to increase their material strength and increase the militarism to ensure they would be able to defend their beliefs. This served them well when the Minmatar Rebellion began. No doubt. When the slaves rose up, you mean? I mean, this goes on forever, guys. This has got like a book worth of lore on this place. So let's just go ahead and fly out there and see this place. It's basically, as far as I can tell, it's a Templar fortress. Exclamation point ticket. That's right. Get into the raffle, guys. Let's go see the EVE Online's version of the Knights Templar. Essentially, I mean, that's, from what I'm reading, that's exactly what we're looking at. All right, so it's a bunch of jumps. I'm going to put the music on, and I'll start talking to you guys again when we get there, okay? All right, my friends, let's go out and see this monastery. Should be interesting. You know, this just makes me think, though, how badly we missed out when walking in stations didn't become a thing and didn't, you know, grow out. Can you imagine being able to dock in a place like this and then walk around and they could like present you with all kinds of, you know what I mean, storyline related like encounters as you walked around inside this monastery? I mean, walking in stations, I think would have been, I mean, it would have made Eve just really an entirely different game. And I think it's actually back in the realm of possibility, because it would make sense. You're going to already have a connection, a 3D avatar connection with Vanguard, right? Because Vanguard and EVE Online are going to be connected games. Things that happen in one are going to, resolve in the other. So it takes place essentially in the same universe. And so you know what I mean? It would make sense that they could do something where you could actually walk around. Imagine the possibilities, guys. Imagine, for instance, instead of just standing off and blasting somebody's ship until it explodes, you could board that ship and have a fight in its hallways for somebody else's ship, like fight for control over a ship in the hallways of that very ship. I mean, there's just so many directions Eve could go from here. I think Vanguard is a good omen, though. It's a step in the right direction, and could lead to just so much more. I mean, the next 10 years of Eve could be really quite breathtaking. So anyway, enough talk. Let's go see the monastery. We just have to undock. It's right here in system. We are at the home station of the Imperial Chancellor. Great. I'm definitely not in being a Minmatar. I'm actually Minmatar race. That's my race. So, I mean, I'm Galente by nationality, but I'm Minmatar by birth. So, I mean, I'm definitely deep in it, right? So there it is. I'll get away from the station a little bit. Exclamation point ticket, guys. Welcome to my stream. If you're just tuning in, we're doing a landmarks quest to visit 20 systems total that have landmarks in them. In some cases, there's multiple landmarks in one system, and we're trying to get an achievement. All right, let's do it. Let's warp over to the monastery, guys. We gotta tread carefully, man. These guys are like the Templars of New Eden, man. I mean, seriously, some badass cats, man. The lore is extensive on this place. I mean, they got like literally an entire book written in the EVE Online knowledge base, on the Traveler's knowledge base. I didn't know that even existed until this stopped, so we're going to start using it all the time now. It's got quite a good, extensive chapters on the lores of these places. I'll probably link to it too when I do the documentary video. I'm going to definitely link to that resource. That's the best resource I've seen so far. It's called the Eve Travel Guide. Can't get any more succinct than that. It warns me if my security level with the Mar is too low, I might have to deal with some rather unpleasant policemen. Great. Hopefully not. I don't think it's that low. I know I've got shitty, Alright, there it is, guys. The monastery. Let's, wow. That's pretty cool, I have to say. Nice architecture. Yeah, there's all kind of troops around here just waiting for you to do something stupid. Waiting for some new bro to go, I wonder what happens if I lock it and shoot it. That's wild. I wonder how close I can get. Let's look at my ship. Oh, I'm already like right in the face of this thing. Alright, let's drop the info down. Wow, look at the entry on the info on this place. This place is important. During the rule of Empress Cadus I, the fortunes of the Order of Saint Tetramon have continued to improve. So under the current Empress, under the leadership of the Grand Master Caimon, Dulsar, and Tetramon, the Order has established a role as a force useful for seeking out and suppressing rebellion and heresy. See, so these guys are the Templars, guys. These guys are the enforcers of religious law, right? Increasing conflict across New Eden has revitalized the religious reclaimer tendency among the Amar Empire's powerful nobility and brought support for the order. Militant and conservative houses such as the Adashapur and the Sarum have forged cordial relations with the Tetramon. In an Amar Empire with royal houses, powerful ministries, and religious factions, carefully balanced against one another by a relatively new empress. Well, that's wild. That is wild. Can we dock? We can't dock, right? No. Alright, can I get a little closer? Before I bounce. Hey, stop, guys. I'm working. Seems like I'm going away from the monastery. So what is considered the monastery? These things? I'm gonna stop right here. Alright, well, let's get some screenshots of us at the monastery. Alright, here we go. We have documented our visit to the... These guys are creepy, though. I mean, I don't know if you would want to be, like, making drinking buddies out of these cats, man. Seriously. They got a serious agenda, man. I feel like we came and saw the monastery without being able to dock. I mean, we could just read endlessly about it. It definitely is. This is definitely the most lore-rich or the most embedded lore-wise object that we've visited so far. I mean, the documentation on it is extensive, I would have to say. It's definitely phenomenal visually. Definitely phenomenal visually. So, I would just have to say, just the most lore-rich item, landmark that we have seen so far. I mean, this place is seriously embedded in the history and even the current, like, sort of RPG part of Amar space. This place matters. That's wild. Right on. Alright, I feel like we did it. Damahedron. Watch streak. Oh, wow. Thank you for the 3-stream streak. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I see that. I see you. Thank you for the streak. Alright, let's see what comes next, guys. Whoops. Okay, we're warping to it now. This is the Empress Kati's Honor Guard. I think it's the Honor Guard for the living Empress, but I'm not entirely sure. But we're going to find out when we get there in just a moment. We are deep in Amari space now, guys. I am a long way from Luminaire. I am a long way from home. I think that's Amar Prime down below. So, very obviously, very beautiful planet. Amar Prime is the home to the Empire. So this behind me, I think that's there. Look, they're Titans. So this is the Honor Guard. All right, let's see if the beacon will give us any info. Nope. How about... So, will one of these guys give us a... Mar Avatar Titan. That's all. Alright, let's fly over there. I'm gonna manually fly. See if I can fly through the field of them. Don't get to manually fly my ship very often. A little bit of rubber banding there, but there's a lot of Titans on the Plex right now. I mean, they may be fake Titans, but they do take up, you know, they do take up space on the graphics. So there they are, guys. Those are Titans. If nobody's ever seen one up close, that's the Amar Titan. And as you can see, there's a lot of them out here. And this is the honor guard, I believe, for the current Empress. So wherever she goes, all of these ships, all these apocalypses, everything, all of these battleships, battle cruisers. I see carriers over there. I see the what they call the arc carriers to my left as I'm flying in. All right, let's get some photos. The Mara Empire is pretty powerful, huh? That's just the honor guard for one person, man. Imagine how much they have in their entire military strength of the Empire. All of them zealously into religion and slavery. There's the arcs up here, the little beetlebug looking ones there. That's the arc carriers. I don't know all the Amar ship types. Not familiar with them. There it is. Those Titans, though, that's a whole lot of destruction. It's a lot of Titans. It's a big ship, guys. I mean, I'll try to fly right up close. It looks like I'm heading kind of towards that one. Maybe you guys can get some idea of the size as we go by it, but it's kilometers long. And I mean, I'm in this like tiny little frigate. So if I was literally like right up against the skin of it, you would barely see my ship in that field of view. But you'll see as it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I think we better stop soon. Are we going to bounce off of it? I don't want to bounce off of it. Okay, let's get a picture with the Titan, boys. All right. So this is the Empress of Amar's, the current Empress of Amar's personal bodyguard. Wherever she flies, even if it's just to go out and do a little shopping at the local trading hub, all of these ships go with her. Look at the arcs, man. That's like hundreds of arcs. And look at the apocalypse. That's I think an apocalypse. Let's look. Not gonna show me the info? Nope. I gotta get closer. Anyway, they look like apocalypses, but they could be the command version of the apocalypse. I can't remember the name of it now. All right, guys. Basically, it's a parade ground for her guard, essentially. Now, they used to put one of these out for every empire on the Empire Days, but they don't do that anymore. You used to celebrate for an entire week. So they would have like a parade ground like this for Galente, Minmatar, and Caldari as well. And there would be a week-long celebration. There would be in-game activities to do. But apparently, while I was gone, they did away with. They just give out a box now. They're like Happy Amar Day, and that's it. They give you a box. But there used to be all kind of activities. You would come out here, for instance, and you would shoot fireworks at one of the Titans on the parade ground. Whichever empire was celebrating, you'd come shoot a set of fireworks. And so basically all day long, fireworks are going off there, right? Because players are flying in to do their daily challenge. It was like a daily challenge. You went out every day and you shot a firework at the Titan, and you got like a prize. But that sort of content just doesn't exist. There's a structure over here that I'm tempted to go see if I can approach. Maybe. Is it gonna let me? Yeah. I see a structure off there in the distance. We'll go take a look at it, see what it's about. So this is an interesting one. Like I said, Amar Prime, the planet below, beautiful, beautiful planet. Very important, obviously, in the lore of New Eden. I'm wondering what the sort of structure is over here. We'll just check it out real quick and then we'll bug out. We'll go on to the next landmark. You cannot, I don't know if you can relate to how big a Titan is, but look it up online, guys. It's kilometers long ship. It takes like 30 minutes to like align it when you go to warp. You just basically hit the warp button and go have dinner. Right? Because that's how long it's going to take. Don't hit the ship, please. Thank you. Last thing I want to do is disturb one of these ships on the... For all I know, man, the cops come out of everywhere if you fuck with one of these ships. But I'm curious what this thing is. Yeah, so they are apocalypses, those battleships. Let's see what this is. This impressive structure operates as a place for religious practice and the throne of a high-ranking member within the clergy. Okay, so it's a fortified Amar cathedral. So it's a church. It's an Amar church, Amar cathedral. We got to get a picture of that. How close am I? Alright, that's close enough. Let's stop. I don't want to ram into it. Alright, let's get some pictures. Here we go. Alright. Let's see where we're going next. This is fun shit, actually. This is really cool. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I don't know if you guys are. I think it's going to look a lot better on the documentary when I cut out everything except just the film of us visiting. That's a good shot too. I got to get that. All right, let's see what's next. Wow. Okay, it's going to be a lot of jumps. So I'll put the music on and just get to it. If we want to, so this will be the famous one, guys. This is the Katya Se Memorial. This will arguably the most famous one that we're going to go see. It's on my bucket list. There's one other that's on my bucket list because I know the story behind it and was semi part of the story. I was definitely around when Katya Se was doing the journey and followed it on the various Eve news channels and whatnot. I was super proud that a player got a monument like this. It's worth seeing just to see that I think it's a lesson that like how much the developers of this game value the players And there's times when people maybe they get grumpy. They get grumpy with the developers. They get grumpy with Fenris Creations, and um, and they want this or that or whatever. And it bodes well to remember that we've won more than we've lost in this game. We've had a great deal of impact on the lore, the architecture of this game, everything, the gameplay, you name it. And so these next two memorials that I think we're going to visit, we're going to do one, the Sachi, and then next I think we'll go to Jita. And if I've got enough time, and show you either that or it'll be the next one we do. But there's something in Jita. It actually used to be a memorial, and now it's just a big slag heap of metal. But it got destroyed, and I'm going to tell you the story of how it got destroyed and what it originally stood for, which is interesting in itself because it was a player memorial, and it's ironic how it was destroyed given that it was a player memorial. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the story if you're not familiar with it. So I'm going to put the music on and try to do these jumps. We can at least maybe get this in on this stream before I have to quit. And then these will be our next two anyway. And they, like I said, they do tell a story because they're both memorials to players and their impact on the game. So let's go see Caldari, guys, the big one. This is like I said, this is literally the one they used in the example when they put out the post this morning. We already can get kind of an idea of what we're going to see. That you can see the sort of the fuzzy little picture there. We'll obviously try to get some more shots because it's quite a stunning memorial for something that's floating in space. So, all right, so I'm going to put the music on and get jumping in. All right, so this will be landmark number 13, guys. I'll do a system count at the end of the stream because that's actually what counts. We need to go to 20 landmark systems to complete the achievement and get the sightseeing title. So I'll see where we stand at the end of the stream. We'll take a count, but I don't even think we're halfway through what we need to do to accomplish it. So we're going to be going to many more, at least one, if not two more streams on this. Alrighty, so yeah, I'll put the music on and get warping. I'll tell you just really briefly what we're doing. We're going to various landmarks in EVE Online. This is a post from X this morning from EVE Online, and we're visiting 20 systems that have landmarks in them, and we're on our way now to one of the most, if not the most famous player memorials, and that's the Caldari Memorial, and I'll explain more about that when we get there, but that's what we're doing. Thank you for the follow, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here, Flying Turtle. Basically doing exactly what you see on the screen there on that post, which came out this morning. And most of these memorials I'm familiar with, so I've got a lot to talk about them from my own knowledge, and then we looking up to and researching some of the weirder ones that we've been to. We've seen some strange stuff today, guys. We have seen some strange stuff, and when I'm all done, we're carefully documenting and we're taking screenshots, and also we've got the video from the streams itself, and I'm going to put it into package it up into two products. So I'm going to have a slideshow, and then also separately a little video mini doc of the journey where it'll just be the stops at the landmarks. All of this million square jumps, will be cut out of the video, and I'll show those on here, and then I'll also post them on YouTube. That's an image of where we're going. But it's worth seeing, and it's worth hearing the story that's behind this particular memorial. These next two memorials that we do, this one and then the next one, which will probably be tomorrow, are about the players, and that's really cool that we have impacted this game enough to warrant these huge, very beautiful memorials in EVE Online. So yeah, Caldari Memorial, here we come. I wonder if Caldari is still around. I mean, we could look up, right? We can look that up. You can look up any character in EVE, so could look up and see what's going on with Caldari now. I would definitely never retire that tune, that's for sure. We are doing the Explorer. Katya said the Explorer. Yes, Flying Turtle. Yes, that's exactly where we're going. I'll tell the story when we get there. I know a lot of it by heart, and then we'll read some of what is online about it as well, in case I get my facts wrong, which I do occasionally. But I know a lot about this. It happened while I was playing EVE Online. Katya was actually doing this, and they were reporting on the progress. To me, I think that a lot of people lose the fact that there's two astounding facts here. But not only did Katya say do every single solar system in EVE Online, which is, to my knowledge, is over 9,000 solar systems, guys. And that's not one of those like internet memes, okay? That's like, actual fact, right? But if I understand right, and we'll read up to make sure I've got it right, but I believe that Katya never died while doing this either. So, and we'll look up her actual character too. But let's get over to the memorial. We should. Oh, we got one. No, we should be there. Let's see if we can see it on the overview. There it is. We're on our way, guys. Woohoo! Hands down, in my book, the most famous memorial in EVE Online, player or otherwise. Really. I mean, when everybody thinks of landmarks in EVE Online, almost everybody thinks of this place first. I'm going to have to go grab some more power here real quick, too, for the laptop. Now, hopefully we won't get, like, ganked in this space. This is almost like sacred space. So where is it? There it is. It's behind us. There's Katya. Now, it's not strange at all in this day and age, but I mean, and it could mean nothing or everything. But Katya say, the avatar Katya say, the in-game tune, I believe is actually played by a guy. And I don't know the guy's name, and that really doesn't matter. I just thought I'd point that out as some more. So anyway, let's look the other way. Let's look at the memorial. So there's the beacon. How do I look at the statue? There we go. Better. You can't even see my little frigate down there. I'm pretty sure that little speck is my frigate. Yeah. I'm tiny. There I am in my little frigate. And so, wow, look, there's little balls up by her head. Now, the last time I was here, I don't remember seeing that. The little solar systems coming off her hand, and an actual little sun. Like a little glowing sun. How cool is that, guys? How cool is that, guys? Alright, so I'll start off with just what I know from memory, and then we'll double check. Katya say, again, and this is a long time ago. I don't even know exactly when. We'll find that out when we read more details. But set out on a quest, and at first, it was like this stream. I mean, no, who cares, right? I'm going on a quest to do landmarks. And nobody cares, right? And so it didn't really catch on until it started to be obvious that Katya was serious, and it began to be covered on more and more Twitch streams. So, and by then Katya was already quite a ways along, and so there was almost immediately this sort of in the EVE Online culture, there was this great bubbliness, this great anticipation of watching this journey. And again, I don't want to swear to it, but I believe that part of it was not getting killed. And so there was, as I recall, there was stuff on both sides of that. There were people that were actually trying to fly with Katya to protect. And then there may have been people trying to gank Katya and stop the quest, right? I mean, that's typical of some attitude of certain kinds of EVE Online players, right? I can't imagine what Katya went through. There's probably a documentary somewhere about this, and I probably, if I'd have been on my game, I'd have looked that up, and we could have watched a little bit of it. But I believe that Katya completed it, every system, visited every system, and I believe like made a point of like going to the sun of that system. Took a lot of media and screenshots along the way, and if I recall right, did not get killed. So let's see what first of all what the info box has to say, and see if that contradicts me. So it just says it's the landmark site honoring the explorations of Katia Se. So we know that already. So let's read what the AI has to say. The Journey of Katia Se Memorial is an in-game monument erected in the Seizio system to honor the Katselier Katia Se, the first player to explore every single reachable system in EVE Online without losing a single ship in combat. So that's that. It's in Seiso, the region of Lone Trek. It gives you directions. It talks about the achievements. So let's read this. The timeline. Katia began on December 1st, 2009. Right? And it took 10 years. Completed in March 9th, 2019. 10 years devoted to this one single thing. And you know that that player could not have been doing much else during that time because, you know, I mean, you want to finish at some point, you know what I mean? It may be a cool quest, but you want to get it done, right? System count. Katia explored 7,805 star systems, including 5,201 in New Eden and 2,604 in Anoikis. That's wormhole space. Perfect record. Katia accomplished the entire tour of New Eden without a single combat ship loss. Support. Katia was aided by fellow pilots from the Signal Cartel Corporation to scan down the final wormhole links so that she could complete the quest. Monument details. Commissioned by Arkura Stargazers Society with developer support from, we'll call it Fenris Creations. The visual appearance is a gargantuan statue of Katia Se standing on a shimmering plinth, holding a representation of a solar system in her hand. Scale. According to developer logs, the statue's model is scaled roughly to the size of Mount Everest, outsizing the nearby Stargate. So, that's the official war, and I pretty much got it right from memory. So there you go, guys. Katia Se. I'm going to grab some pictures now. If you don't mind bearing with me, we'll get some shots. Am I doing? I'm directly looking at her, right? Yeah, I am already. Okay, so I guess that's about the best I can do. All right. Alright, let's get some of my ship in it. My little itty bitty ship. Alright, that's good. Alrighty. So that is the statue of Katia Se. Let me see how far we are from Jita. We may be able to squeeze one more landmark in. Pretty cool, huh, guys? See, so if you put your mind to it and you do something, even if you make it up, Katia made this up completely in the player made that did this made it up completely in their head, right? I mean, and just set out and did it. And so, and look at that now, like got a monument the size, literally the size of Mount Everest in the game. So I mean, I guess the lesson, you know, for that is just that you know, do it, do stuff, do weird, cool stuff. I mean, it's a sandbox. You can just literally make up anything and go do it. And if it's cool and you keep at it and you know, you make a difference, you make an impact. And this is a world that is run by developers who will acknowledge that. You know what I mean? And we're gonna go try to see another one. I don't know if we'll make it. The next one I want to do is in Jita, and I gotta do some quick research on it. Let me bring my HUD back up. I think we might be too far from Jita though to make this work today's stream, because I got less than an hour left. How far am I? Oh, only 5 jumps. All right, let's go to 4x4. Because that's where it is. All right. So there, yeah. Wow, huh? The Memorial of Kachise. I'll tell you, I would be so. Oh, I wanted to look up the character, see if we can still see the character in the database. I'm curious if we can still search it. One character. Oh, I gotta go get a power pack. There's Katya, guys. She'd been an E-Scout for 3 years, 5 months, and 15 days. She's got a title of Stargazer. She's got to have decorations. Look at the decorations. Look at the medals that she's got. Now, I've got a lot of medals on my character, but that's a decent amount of medals. That's wild. So, you're talking about a highly decorated pilot, guys. Highly decorated pilot. She's got the biography listed, all kind of stuff about her quest in the description. Very interesting, guys. Very, very cool. Oh, man, I'll add her as a blue contact just in case I run across her in space. Then I'll, like, know that I've run into Kachise, right? Because I'll look up, I'll see the bright blue. I want to also add it to my corporate one. Oh, that's crazy. Cool, guys. Yeah, right? It's your story. Exactly, Kodak 1. But if your story's cool enough, and almost a lot of people got cool ideas and cool stories, I mean, you can make an impact. It's worth doing really incredible things like this. That was a grind. 10 years of grinding that like quest or whatever. And it's not even anything official. You're just doing it, right? So I mean, can you imagine like the difficulty keeping up the faith and the hope in it? I mean, that must have been something. I mean, near the end, obviously, it probably got easy because she was famous. People were booing her up and making a big deal about it. But I bet in the beginning it was a grind. I bet you the first 1,000 star systems, man, it's like nobody knew you're doing it, right? Nobody cares. Like, yeah, I'm going to every star system in EVE Online. There's like 9,000 of them. What? You know? All right. Going through this smashed up Jita gate, right? My goodness. That's a landmark now. I think we just got a tick, man. That's actually, technically speaking, the Eve, the broken up Jita gate is all the Jita gates, right? They're all landmarks in themselves now. Nobody knows what is up with that. All right, here's hoping we don't get ganked, guys, doing this. We're gonna go to 0 on Jita. Because we're gonna be like scoping around, so we're gonna make a tempting little nugget of a target, but we'll see what happens to us over there. We'll get in and out and see the memorial. What I want to show you guys, it's not exact. It is a memorial, but I'm gonna tell the story. I don't want to spoil it because it's an absolutely incredible story. All right, now let me see if I can find it here. I might be able to just find it in space and then start moving towards it. There it is. Ha! Found it. All right. I don't want to warp. I want to approach. I want to go slow boat. Okay, guys. So, this is officially named is the Memorial to the winners of the Revel Aram Riddle competition. Okay. So now that's what it originally was. It's a memorial to the winners. This was a riddle competition, and a long time ago, and I believe it was, no, 2 players in EVE Online got the riddle correctly, and they put up a monument to them, a monument to these players who originally got this riddle. Now, that's the initial story. That's the first layer of the lore of this monument. Now, I don't know when, I don't know dates, but we'll probably read that when we read the sort of the research like I've been doing online. We'll do that next. And that will give us the dates and everything. But at some time after they put this memorial up to these players who answered this riddle, this really difficult riddle, okay, it was a big deal back when it was a big deal. And at some point after that, completely separate to it, having nothing whatsoever to do with it, this memorial. At some point after that, the EVE Online did some stupid stuff. And to be honest with you, it's kind of funny. It wasn't the only cause for this protest, but it was one of the main flashpoints was the famous EVE Online monocle, if you know what that is. And that's a whole other story, a whole other ball of wax. But they came out with this, a lot of things that they put in the store that seemed like it was obvious profiteering. The price, for instance, of the monocle was like really, really high. That's just one, like, again, one example. It was used as sort of a rallying cry, the monocle, the monocle. And so what happened is that EVE players, in a very, apparently a very grassroots sort of way, began to organize and began to travel to Jeddah and began to try to think of ways that they could protest. And one of the ways, of the many ways that they protested in the Jeddah system and around New Eden, they did many very disruptive things. Understand that when EVE Online ends up with 5,000 ships on grid, for any reason, even if they're just there to protest, they got problems. They have to reinforce that server. They have to monitor it. It's a thing, right? It's a thing for them. It's not like an impossible problem, but it's a thing, right? We're still 850 kilometers. Can I warp to this thing? No. Yes, I can. All right, cool. I don't want to wait 850 kilometers. Okay, there it is. We're literally inside of what I want to talk about. So let me see if I can. Let me see if I can look. Should be there. We go. Let's look at it. That's where I fucked up. I wanted to look at it. All right, so there it is. All right, so to get back to the story, so yeah, it was called the Burn Jeddah protest, and so picture this over days. This is not like, this is unfurling over days. The tension is building. It starts almost in the Twitch streams, really, as the commentators begin talking about these new rollouts, these new changes that EVE Online is making, and everybody hates them, including the people doing the Twitch streams. So very quickly, the EVE player base is bubbling with this, and these were not really fundamental changes, but they were changes that were wow, is that literally glowing on? I wonder why it's doing that. It started glowing green. Somebody's lighting off fireworks. I see. Somebody's lighting off fireworks. So thousands and thousands of players gather in Jeddah, and all over, really. There were protests all over New Eden. But obviously, the most people were coming to Jeddah. Many people were traveling to Jeddah without anything in mind except that, well, if there's going to be a protest about this, it's going to be in Jeddah. That's really how it started. And then people began to organize all of those capsuleers. Once everybody got in Jeddah, then activist players and corporations and alliances began to intervene and really harness that sort of grassroots upswelling. One of the many things, the many disruptive things that they did was and I don't know, maybe we can find out the number of ships it was at the peak of it, but it was, I think, in the thousands of ships that decided to gather around this memorial, which at the time was whole. It was intact, okay? Um, and they all targeted it at once, thousands and thousands of ships, and just began to fire on uh, on this memorial. And now it was, in a sense, a very futile protest method, for the simple reason that any object like this in EVE Online that is put in the, like, say, the Sadia K statue that we just saw, you could not destroy that with 1,000 ships or 10,000 ships or any amount of ships. You could not destroy that with a Titan. What do they call it? The weapon on the Titan with the you could not put even a scratch on it, because and there's actually lore behind that. It's made out of some kind of special metal that's prevalent in EVE Online that cannot be damaged, and really only Concord and other places can get. So there's a lore even behind how it is indestructible. People are lighting off fireworks. And so anyway, my point is that mechanically it was futile. There was no way they were going to wreck this memorial. And technically speaking, they didn't. Now in the lore, they did. The lore is that this damage that you see done to this memorial was done by the protesters. But that was actually one of the many things that Fenris Creations relented to. They actually bent under this protest, guys. And they withdrew almost all of the controversial things and changes and whatnot that that had caused and precipitated the gigantic protest. There were tens of thousands of players involved in this over the course of weeks. Okay, guys. I did a special video series at the time regarding the historicalness of it, because I could not find a single incident in an open sandbox universe or a simulation like this, of any kind, space or otherwise, where there had been such an enormous protest inside the game. I just couldn't find anything like it. Now, since then, I've heard stories about things that have happened since then in World of Warcraft and other different things. But it's my belief, and I was around at the time of this protest, it's my belief that this was unprecedented and it was successful. It was a successful protest, which is why Eve decided to remake the memorial model and pretend like we have, now that damage is done by the protest, right? And so that's why I love this one. I'm glad we're ending it tonight, ending the stream on this one. We'll do some more tomorrow, guys, again, in our quest to try to get the achievement. I want to get a couple of screenshots here, if it's all right with you guys, if you don't mind, before we do the raffle. Oh, I didn't want to do that at all. I wanted to do this. Yep. Now, where's my ship? Wow. I'm just like a speck next to this thing, man. That's funny. I'm literally a speck. That thing's huge, guys. That thing's huge. Look at that. All right, well, that's what we're going to get, I guess. See if I can get some of my emblems showing. That's huge, man. That's a gigantic structure. So there. That's pretty much it. I mean, that tells the story, and there's not a lot to see anymore again, but it's definitely interesting that it has that double layer of lore. Like I said, originally it was a memorial to a couple of players, I believe, who figured out this, I don't know, there was this riddle, there was this thing going around, and they figured it out, and so they put up this memorial. I mean, to be honest, we've kind of forgotten what the actual riddle was even about. We got a couple minutes we could spare to look it up, but let's call it the protest monument. Protest. So it's gonna know what it is. Okay, so the protest monument in EVE Online is an in-game landmark located in the Jita system near the Jita 4x4 station. Originally a clean memorial honoring a player riddle contest winner. CCP Games altered the structure into smoking ruins to commemorate the massive 2011 Summer of Rage player riots against microtransactions. Now that's a description, and that's pretty much what it was. It was riots. It was riotous, and we won. Yes, Kodak, we won. That's the most important part. The original structure, it was erected to celebrate players who won an in-game war riddle contest. The Summer of Rage, 2011, when developer decisions introduced expensive, game-altering avatar microtransactions, the Incarna expansion backlash, players revolted. Thousands staged mass destructive protests outside the Jita 4x4 trade hub, shooting station services and filling forums with angry feedback. The transformation. CCP listened, pulled back on the contested monetization, and permanently modified the monument into twisted wreckage with a rewritten plaque honoring player defiance. We should look at the plaque. That's true. We didn't read the plaque, and it is there. Location, what to expect, yada yada. So there you go. Let's look at. We do got to do the info drop down thing and read the plaque. Hold on. I got to put this back up. Here's the plaque. This was once a memorial to the winners of a riddle contest sponsored by late entrepreneur Ravo Aram. After standing proud for half a decade, it was destroyed in late YC113 by capsuleers who were staging a mass uprising against an intolerable status quo of intergalactic affairs. Today, the ruins of this once great work of art stand as a testament to the fact that change is the universe's only constant. I kind of tell you guys I get kind of choked up every time I read that. But so that's that. That's the protest, known generically as the Protest Memorial. It's located at Jita, pretty easy to find. You'll see it on your overview. Yeah, I encourage you to come here anytime you start feeling like you don't matter and like your voice doesn't count for much, and that these big corporations and these big powers that be that lorded over us, these were the lords of the universe. These were the gods who create this universe known as New Eden, and the little itsy bitsy players brought them to their knees, right? And a lot of came out of that. You've got the CSM now, the Players Council that we elect, where we interrelate now. So a lot actually came out of those 2011 protests. And I just think as a digital artist, as a digital creator, and a gamer, and I'm especially into like universes, persistent universes, sandboxes, virtual worlds and stuff like that. I believe this kind of a protest was at the time unprecedented. It was the first of its kind. I don't think anybody had ever contemplated organizing something like that on that kind of a scale. Thousands and thousands of players involved, relentless, 24/7 it went on for a while, days and days, guys. It was relentless. I mean, at first, the developers just kind of laughed until like servers began to tie-dye out, and you know what I mean, and like needed to be reinforced, and all kind of shit started to happen on their end, right? Because you create enough chaos in this game. I mean, the Great Wars have proven that, right? That you create enough chaos on the grid, on plexes, they're gonna have to pay attention. They had no choice, really. but to pay attention to this. And that is what you see on the screen. Actually, it was posted yesterday on the Eve Online accounts, and it's something that I've spoken of often. I mean, going back really years. To be honest with you, I've always wanted to do something organized like this. I have streamed and gone to various monuments and of course a lot of events, but I've never actually done like a completely pure like landmark tour, like a quest of landmarks. And I've always wanted to. It's always like content that I've always kind of wanted to produce. So, what I did when I saw this come out is I just said, okay, well, this is it, because I get something out of it, right? I'm going to get the Historic Wanderer Achievement, and then I get a title of, I believe it's Sightseer. It says there on there, Sightseer title. So that's pretty cool. I'll take it, and it's worth doing, and I think it's great content. Um, Yesterday, we went through quite a few of them. The second to the last one was the one you actually see on the post itself. That was the Katya Say memorial. And then the very last one we did was the protest memorial here at the here at Jita. That's where I'm at now, is in the Jita complex. And and I don't know how many of you saw at the top of the stream. I can actually play it again if you'd like to see it. There's not a lot of footage of this, believe it or not. It was quite some time ago. The footage that does exist is not very high quality. If anybody else has some great links to, I know that there was better footage than this, but this is what I found before the show. And they called it the Summer of Rage Riots. I shit you not. That was the name of this in-game protest, and it was, it's pretty huge. It was. I talked about it yesterday during the segment on that memorial where we actually went out to it and hung out there by the broken memorial and told the story of it. But it really was. I think it's hard to wrap your mind around the fact that if we continue to live, here's the simple fact of virtual reality. I'm gonna teach you some truth about virtual reality here, guys. If we continue to live significant portions of our lives in these virtual worlds, then it is inevitable that we are going to do almost every kind of natural human function you can imagine inside these worlds. Now, I totally imagine it's not even probably uncommon at this point for EVE Online players to say get married, maybe even in game. I mean, I can see that. I can actually picture that. I bet it's not. I mean, I haven't Googled it. I don't have my research, my receipts for that, but I'll bet it's happened. Come on, guys, you know it's happened, right? And so there's love, and so it's inevitable that sort of every part of our life is going to leak into these worlds, and so it's just sort of natural, I think, extension that if again, if we are vested to such a degree that we spend significant portions of our lives in these worlds, then naturally the governance of those worlds is going to matter to us. And who is that? That's the developers, right? Yeah. So there just again proves the Buddhist non-dual philosophy. Rage can be beautiful. It's hard to fathom from a mechanic's point of view. That was at the beginning of the protest, I know, because I saw it near the end, and there were many, many more ships, and it was much brighter. It was like a supernova. You could see it coming from, like a half a astronomical unit away. But and but it's hard to just even fathom from the game mechanics the amount of firepower that was aimed at this monument that we looked at yesterday. Uh, it's just, yeah. I mean, it was literally probably the most intense single targeted object ever in the history of EVE Online. Right? I don't believe any ship or any Fortizar or any Keepstar or any even in the Great Wars ever got targeted with the kind of firepower that statue, which of course, like I said, as I described, was at the time impregnable. It could not be damaged, and it, technically speaking, was not damaged. I mean, in the war it was, but it actually wasn't until CCP put a new model in there that made it damaged. So it's important to understand that like but I mean, if that had been any vulnerable object in EVE Online, it would have been toast within a second. You know what I mean? Like it would have been, I mean, it's just unfathomable. It's cool, and again, it's neat that we won and that it ended peaceably. That the Eve people didn't get bent about it either. They didn't like try to, maybe get revenge later on with shitty expansions or something like that, right? I mean, they took it on the chin, obviously, right, by putting the memorial out there, and the plaque that they did, um, and so I don't know. It's just to me, it's always represented a historic moment in VR and in gaming that this was an open sandbox MMO, and these people rose up from the ground grassroots, and they made a major difference in the governance of the game. And I don't know. I just said that's cool. I mean, I think that's cool, and I think that it definitely redefined the relationship between players and CCP developers. I mean, so much of what we take for granted now, in the attitude that CCP Fenris, I'm sorry, I should use their proper name, Fenris Creations has, towards us, is in part, it will always be a product of those events in 2011. So it was it's really cool. It's cool to see that if people are going to be vested in these worlds, that they are willing to fight for them, right? They're willing to fight for what matters in these worlds, and that's interesting. I think it's cool. I think it shows that people are not becoming spiritless zombies when they enter these worlds, right? They are taking their values and um, they're taking their value systems with them and their worldviews with them into these worlds when they go in there, right? And so that's cool. I mean, I don't know. All of it seems healthy and good to me. And that was kind of the first. I think we'll see more of that sort of thing in the future. We will see more of sort of virtual protests, but not like protesting stuff in the meta, protesting stuff within these worlds. And the protests themselves will take place within these worlds, within the context of these realities. All right, so without further ado, we've completely done this particular landmark. 2 pieces. We're on number 15, guys. 1, 5. Now, let's go to the Alliance Tournament Monument, guys. Project Discovery Phase 2 Monument. Astra House Exemplar Site. Let's try that. Let's go to, let's try to find the Alliance, where they're going to have the Alliance Tournament. Because that's coming up pretty soon, so see if we can find something about that. Alright, Alliance Tournament Monument. Despite being one myself, I have to admit that I don't really pay much attention to what happens to the Capsuleer alliances out in nullsec. The alliances come and go. The alliances take space and then lose it. Yada yada. I want to know about this monument. One thing I paid attention to is the Alliance Tournament. How could you not pay attention to the Alliance Tournament? Even for those who... This guy writes with like this weird commentary style. So they memorialize the winners of the tournaments too. Alright, so yeah, we'll go out there because the Alliance Tournament's coming up. So let's go out there and see where it is. It's located... Okay. Alright, let me first... to the Alliance Tournament Monument, because guys, the Alliance Tournament is coming up, and it's not only is it going to be cool, you should just watch as much of it as you can on the various streams. We'll talk a lot about it. I mean, if nothing else, the prizes are amazing. Right? I mean, those ships, my god, guys, those AT ships are to die for, right? Literally people are dying for those ships, right? So and it's just very exciting. It's very exciting to see, you know, if the big bad alliances like, you know, the Imperium and guys like that, you know, sometimes they get their ass whooped by these little itty bitty alliances out of high sec, you know, that come in and just like, you know, smoke them. So, you know, anything can happen at the Alliance Tournament. The mighty can be laid low, and the invisible can be made famous, right, in the Alliance Tournament. So it's a time to test your mettle. I mean, if your alliance is getting in, man, join up to be on the team and get into the arena. All right, everybody, we are inbound to the Alliance Tournament Monument, which I suspect will also be sort of maybe even the headquarters of the entire Alliance Tournament, quite possibly. Who knows? We might even be able to see the arena. I don't know what will be here, but we're gonna go check it out. All right, we're here. Let's see what we got. Boys and girls. Well, that looks kind of cool. Let's approach it. Let's look at the info first. So here's the, I guess you could call it the plaque on the memorial, on at least the part I clicked on. Throughout history, humanity has struggled for survival, fortune, and glory. The fight to exceed nature's limits continues, but has often the combat is within and between ourselves. While the need to hunt for food is long behind us, and life itself is seldom a daily struggle for survival, we still crave the fearful rush that comes with the imminence of death. There is both terror... Wow, this is pretty deep. There's like gothic stuff here. There's both terror and majesty in combat. From the steel swords and wooden shields of ancient conflicts to the hulking masses of kilometers-long spacecraft unleashing firepower to equal that of entire planetary wars. No matter the tools, no matter the arena, all clashes of arms meet and fulfill the same purpose, the need to fight and the determination to win. And that is supposedly a quote by Kumat Mebro, Chief Executive Officer of the Independent Gaming Commission. But I was under the impression there were going to be names of participants. Let's try to see if we can get a little bit closer here. No, I don't want to. I want. Why are you going the other direction? What's over there? There's nothing over there. I want to go over here to this monument. Well, oh. What's that? Whoa! That's got to be it. Oh, look at that. I didn't even see that. That's what we already clicked on. 10th. Oh. Is it different info? Verge of Collapse Year 114 10th Alliance Tournament winners. But I don't see any winners. Where are they? What do you got to do to see them? Can we approach? How far away is it? There we go. Alright, stop, stop, stop. I don't want to run into the statue. No, stop, stop, stop. Little frigate. That's good. Huh. But where's the lists? Are these the lists? Oh, it is. It's these things with the flags all the way around. I think that's them. That's all the winners of all. Look at them all. That's a lot of Alliance tournaments, guys. I don't know if we're going to open them all up and look at all the winners. That's a lot of tournaments, guys. Is this the latest one right here? 21st. Yeah, that should be the latest. I think this is the 22nd coming up. Wow. All right, well, we got to get pictures of all of this. Is there anything else out here? I thought the arena might be out here. Or maybe the arena, I think, is in Nullsec or something. Still, gorgeous statue, though. Very cool. All right. Anybody a winner out there that you want me to open up a particular Alliance beacon? Otherwise, if you want to see your name, I'll do it. We'll go find it. But unless it's your name or a friend of yours, I'm not going to open all of those up. But they all got their names on them. Sure enough, if you go over there and you tap on it, you can see the name of the winner of that year's Alliance tournament. This memorial here is really cool, though. I have to say, this is gorgeous. All right, let's get our screenshots, guys, because we were here for sure. Try to get some of those beacons, I think, in the picture like that. Alright, let's look from her point of view. Can I even see my frigate? Nope. I'm so tiny my ship doesn't even show up, like you can't even see it in space. That's alright. There you go, that's a good one. Alright. I don't know. I'm curious about this Astrohus exemplar site. I don't even know what that means, but we're gonna look it up. The Astrohouse Exemplar site in EVE Online is a special static tourist and historical monument location that was introduced by the Upwell Consortium in January 2016 to preview the upcoming Citadel expansion. So this is them showing off the Astrohouse before people could actually buy like Astrohouses. So it's in 5 different solar systems. The site featured early unanchored or construction state Astrohouse citadels built by the Upwell Consortium before player-built citadels became live in space. NPC ownership. They represent rare examples of permanently NPC-owned Astrohouse structures in the game universe. Oh, that's kind of interesting. The subjects within these landmark sites are invulnerable legacy entities and serve as points of interest tracked by groups like EVE University Wiki Tour Guide. Alright, well, let's pick a system where they got one. I'll try the first one on the list here. 9 viewers, exclamation point ticket. Guys, get into the raffle. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. what we are doing is a quest to do an achievement, an official like EVE Online achievement. It's basically essentially a sightseeing achievement. So we are visiting various landmarks of our choosing. We have to visit a certain number of official EVE landmarks to get the achievement in the title. If you want to know more about that, go to X and follow EVE Online account. That's what it's called, EVE Online. And there's a post there, relatively recent. It actually came out yesterday. So that's what we're doing. And this is our, what are we going to now? Our 16th. This will be our 16th landmark. And I anticipate we'll have to do about 30 to actually fulfill the achievement. So what we're going to see now, guys, is in a way kind of historical, because the rollout of these structures was at the time quite a great thing in EVE Online. It was quite an amazing that you could buy one of these structures, right? And so this is what they put out there to sort of give the players a taste before the expansion rolled, and then they just left them out there as sort of legacy objects in EVE. I actually wonder how many little mysterious like objects aren't out there just because of that. Like some dev somewhere was testing it, and like he forgot to delete it, and everybody's just like, I will just leave it there, man, whatever. All right, let's see if we can find it. I see it, got it. We're on our way. There's actually another one here in this system too. It's a ruined Minotaur something. Let me see. Outpost. We can stop by and see it just for the hell of it since we're already in system. Alright, let's go see the Asterhus exemplar. I guess this is a real station. We can actually dock in it and everything. It's like, according to this, it's one of only 5, is it 5 or 6? 5 NPC-owned Asterhouses in the entire game. Can we dock? Ah, that's bogus. I thought we could dock. I thought it was like a real... Apparently not. No, it's not going to let me dock. Alright, let's get a little closer. Will it give me tether? Apparently not. Whoa, no, the other direction. The other direction. Where are you going? Are you going to the beacon? I don't want you to go to the beacon. I want you to go to the Asterhus. There we go. I gotta fly manually? Seriously? I don't know. Not much fun if we can't flip and dock in it, though. Well, they make a big deal out of the fact that the NPCs own it, but it's like, okay, but so you can't dock in it, so who the hell cares? Who owns it? It's just nothing but a... It's like a static model in space. Doesn't seem much different than the current Asterhouses, really. I mean, I'd have to really compare, like, ships, structures, and weapons in bulk. Mail order to Type 9. Type 9 Industries. I wonder if that's a real ad of like somebody's core that they're manufacturing. What was that? Alright, so this is officially one of our sites, but because it's like semi not the greatest one so far, Um, we're going to go over to the Minmatar one that's right here in the system. So where is it? Ruined Minmatar Outpost. So this must be from the Amar Minmatar conflict. Oh wait, I didn't take any pictures. Stop. Oh, I forgot to take pictures. Gotta go back, guys. Alright, we'll go to the Minmatar post and then we'll go back to the thing and get our screenshots. Oh my god. So there it is. The ruined Oh wow. There's like NPCs out here. There's rats. Alright, see it? We're leaving. Bye. I don't have my drones. I only got one drone. Alright, we're gone. We're leaving. Okay, you've seen one Astro House, you've seen them all. We gotta find something else. I gotta dock up and get repaired here, so. Do you have any stations in this god-forsaken system? Yes, Paragon fulfillment, that'll work. Dock. They might even have a marketplace. Alright guys, so I noticed on the coming in from the Stargate that there's the Project Discovery Phase 2 Memorial. It's a chance to knock one out. We're already in system to pick up some drones, so that's going to be number 17. It's right outside. It's in the system. So, but in the meantime, I was curious, and we got Comex Eve, I think, around, so maybe he can also help me with this. I want to see if I can track this achievement. Is this a trackable thing that we're doing here? Because it's in the Paragon. Alright, I know what that is. Ah! Guys, maybe we can see how much progress we're making. This is cool, guys. See, this is what we're doing this for, so we can all learn together. Alright, let's see. These are the ones I've already gotten, right? Recently progressed achievements. Starbound, jump through 400 different stargates. I'm almost done with that, guys. I'm gonna get that one. I'm close to 400 gates. I'm close to spending, what do I gotta spend? 10 billion ISK in the regional marketplace, and I'm close to getting it. I get the Deep Pockets title. State Surveyor. Ah, there it is. Historic Wanderer. Alright, let's track it. Can we track it? Track this achievement. How come not? Do I got it? Did I get it already? I think it says I got it already. Recently completed achievements. I got this, guys. We did it. Visit 20 landmarks. Am I right? Did I do it? $35 achievement points, rewards. That's why I can't track it, because we completed it. It didn't make any announcement, it didn't tell me, but it says 20 out of 20. I think we did it. Alright, well, if that's the case, then I should be able to apply the title. Well, I've earned 2.5 billion ISK in the regional marketplaces. That's wild. And I got the Calm Down Miner title. Alright, where are the titles? I think that's in the character sheet somewhere. Because I got the Wayfinder now, but character, decorations, titles. There we go. Sightseer. There it is. I'm going to equip it. There it is. Sightseer, guys. So we're done. We did it. We did it. Comex Eve. We did it. We completed the quest. Just like they announced on the e-post. We did it. So it worked, guys. And I didn't realize there was a way to track. So I don't even know at what point we crossed the threshold and made the 20. It didn't give me any kind of like announcement or anything like that. Well, it says I got 35 achievement points, but I don't. Oh, wait a minute. There they are. Achievement score 245. I wonder what that means. Must be pretty good, I guess. Alright, well, we did it, guys. I'll be damned. I don't know exactly at what point we did it, but that's okay. We saw a whole bunch of really cool stuff, man. And it took us 16 landmarks, a total of 16. I probably visited a bunch before already. That's why it was already like racking them up. But it's okay. We got a lot of good material. It'll make a nice screen, a nice how do you say, a nice little slideshow with the screenshots and a nice little video. And especially I can include instructions like this where show how to apply the titles and how to attract the achievement. Very cool, guys. I feel like I accomplished my goal. And what do you think? We found it. Now I know where all the achievements are tracked. So, like I said, I can include this segment too as well. I'll cut this part out as well and add it into the mix of the documentary, just to let people know the mechanics of how it works, how you can track your achievements, and how you can apply your titles. So there you guys. I'm going to sport it for a while at least. I'm a sightseer. I was doing the Wayfinder for a while, but now I'm going to do the Sightseer one. Well, we could go just for the hell of it, guys. Since we're already here, we could add it to the list too. Why not? We're going to do one more, guys, because it's already in system. And even though we got the achievement, we're going to go see the Project Discovery Phase 2 Monument. And it's in Alright. Let's go see it, guys. We're going to see the Project Discovery Phase 2 Memorial Monument. Oh, that's close by. Look at that. Alright. I'm curious about this a little bit, so that's kind of cool. What's not to like about this cool thing over here? Here we go. Project Discovery Phase 2 began in July of YC119 following the extremely successful protein classification work of Phase 1 with a new exoplanets hunting program under the guidance of Concord's Chief of Deep Space Research, Professor Michael Mayer. The phase of the project marked the official transfer of the Project Discovery mantle from the Sisters of Eve to a dedicated research division within the Concord Assembly. Project Discovery Phase 2 advanced the search for new exoplanets. See, I was part of this Project Discovery. I used to do these. I used to sit and mine and do these forever, guys. And used to get great prizes, too, on the exoplanets one. And some of the exoplanet skins are still around. You can still grab some of the... Project Discovery Phase 2 advanced the search for new exoplanets significantly in its nearly 3-year operational lifetime, as capsuleers contributed their expertise to the analysis of stellar light curves in search for planetary transits. Project Discovery Phase 2 came to an end on YC122 June 15th and was replaced by a new Phase 3 flow cytometry project, that was the COVID-19 one. That was the one where that's where they changed from the searching for exoplanets to use basically the same model, the same idea, to train an AI to do better blood testing for COVID viruses. And I did both. I did the star one. I wasn't part of the original protein one, but I was part of the one to do stars, and I was part of the one to help with COVID. And I think they're still in that phase now, if I understand correctly. Well, that's cool, guys. It's a monument to Project Discovery, essentially. And absolutely worthy. Look at this. It's got like this holographic model of a planetary system floating over it to commemorate that phase 2 was the exoplanet phase, where we all searched for planetary transits, essentially, which is when a planet will go in front of a star and the sunlight of the star will dip just a fraction, and you learn from these spectral analysis, you learn how to pick out that tiny thing, and then you do it. And then I believe what they were doing is we were not just looking for them through raw data, but I believe at some point we were also training an AI to look for them as well, which is essentially what phase 3 is doing, is training an AI to search for COVID in people's blood, is what I understand it to be doing. Well, that's very cool. That's very beautiful. Can we look at it? Yep, we can. Oh, that's very cool looking, actually. Too bad I can't send her the shot better, though. I love it. It's making little beeping sounds and stuff. That's neat, though. That's worth it to end up on that note. But I can't get very good shots of this, though, I don't think. So there, we saw yet another landmark. That ends our series, guys, on landmarks in New Eden. I just want to close with saying there are hundreds, and definitely hundreds more, that we did not see in this series. We saw a total of 17. But it's sightseeing, and you know what? It's a whole thing in EVE Online, and it's 100%. I mean, we literally saw a monument to a sightseer in EVE Online, the Katjase Monument, right? Which is to say that, Katjase for 10 years dedicated himself to just going out and seeing these star systems, seeing the sights of EVE Online. That was not any kind of official gameplay. It was not exploration, which is actually just hacking stuff. I mean, it was not it was none of that. This is an open sandbox, and there's stuff that you can, if you can think of something that you feel like doing. I remember for a while I became hooked on taking pictures of different kind of suns. So I would go around and try to get like 4K screenshots of like all the different kind of suns in EVE Online. And I don't know, I became interested. There's lots of different kinds. They have different stories behind them, different compositions, different kinds of planets that surround them. And so it's just something that interests me for a moment, and something I did. And I got a lot of I had a lot of great experiences. So I mean, we got shot at here, guys. We've been we had quite a little adventure. You know what I mean? And so. I guess just my final lesson is, this is an incredible universe that they have created, that the players and the developers have worked together for, almost 25 years to create. And there's so much you can do. I mean, pretty much it's the limit is your imagination, and whatever ships you can grab your hands on. That's the only limitation of what you can do in EVE Online. I mean, we've talked about, in the course of doing these landmarks, we've talked about everything from in-game protest to, cancer patients who wanted to die while they were on grid and were memorialized. I mean, we've talked about it all in the course of going through this. This is a very culturally rich simulation, and these landmarks are meaningful. I mean, we saw a graveyard. I mean, one of the first graves that we looked at in the Capsuleer Graveyard was a memorial for somebody's dog. I mean, that really tugged at me, guys. I love my babies. You know what I mean? I mean, that's like that's real. That's like real humanity in here, real culture, not just sort of somewhat, like not like World of Warcraft culture or GTA, but this is like real people living, you know, parts of their life, their physical life, their time, their emotional life, and investing it in this universe. And I think that to me is the ultimate lesson of these landmarks in Eve. And we'll do another segment like this. And now that I have a list too, I'll know which ones we don't go to next time. And we'll do another, maybe 15. That seems like a good number. We accomplished 17 this time, so I think 15 landmarks is a good run, and we'll do it again. I don't know when exactly, but we'll keep doing it, and hopefully it gins up some interest, other people to go see some of this stuff, and again, just generally to broaden your imagination about what is possible in this game, what you might see in this game, what you could experience in this game. Really, I don't see any limit to it. Eve forever, guys. Eve forever.